People are coming home from church like an hour ago. We got to surprise them with a little something.
It's Sunday afternoon.
You know, and you've absolved yourself of all your sin, probably to an old man. You ever wonder if they're like beating off on the other side of that confessional? It's like, tell me about your infidelity, please. You just hear that.
I'm more worried that there's like just a camera on the other side, and it can see right through those little. That barely lattice slat.
That's what that is for sure.
Might as well just be like
artisanal lattice.
Yeah, artisanal lattice.
It's blessed, you know. God is in this house. I feel God in this house tonight. In this Chili's.
Raise your hands up if you want to be touched. Yeah, by the Lord. Yes, he is good. Oh, it is Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
Well, I don't go to church. What do they do there?
Welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club.
Welcome to
Bears only on this podcast. Yes, exactly. I want hairy lumberjack-looking men in plaid.
Would you choose the bear? Or you choose the bear or the man?
Would I choose the bear? See, okay, so I've heard this many times, and I don't actually know what it's referencing. It's sort of like that, the autistic kid who puts his fucking finger up, and now all the 20-year-olds do that on TikTok.
Oh, I don't know about that. All I know is that, would you rather meet a strange man in the woods?
Shit.
No. Would you rather meet a strange man in the woods or meet a bear?
Yeah,
see,
I'd choose the bear.
Yeah.
I pick bear, not because men are more threatening than bears. Because bears are cooler to look at. I can see a man. I'm looking right at one.
I mean,
I'm not going to find a bear in my bathroom mirror unless something horrible has happened.
I think it's more like what the man's going to do to you, you know, that the bear can't do.
Oh, okay, but like getting torn apart slowly, getting dicked around like Leonardo DiCaprio in the fucking Revenant, I would rather be raped. At least there's a foreseeable end.
Wow. I mean, I would hope that you would just be dead too quick, you know, by the bear.
No.
I've
seen a lot of bear attacks, dude. They like to play with their food, like a disrespectful child at the dinner table.
I don't know. I've seen Grizzly Man. They're not that scary.
They're not that scary when a gay man punches one square in the face in front of you, sure.
Why is...
It's the tonal inflection in his... All right? That's it. And he's rather effeminate. That's fine. He also shared a tent with his wife when he died. So there's that. I want to get my hands on that recording. I want to know what she's doing in the tent.
What? Like we're talking about the guy who just like smacks the bear in the face, right?
Yeah. Clocks him good.
And then they find his wristwatch in feces. Months later.
Apparently during the attack that killed him, there was a camera rolling.
Of course, he
so there is
everything.
Audio. And during the documentary, they just play the death audio for his fucking mom. Like, are you for real? You're just gonna play that and let her hear her fucking. Her son's dying breaths.
She was hard as fuck. She wanted to hear it.
I told him. I've been telling him since he's 15. Don't fuck around with those bears.
And that's a movie.
It is.
You can watch.
Grizzly Man. Great documentary.
Grizzly Man.
A guy dies at the end of the documentary. Spoiler alert.
I mean, I don't think they even wait to the end to spoil
that. He dies
that.
during the documentary. Yeah. They pretty much just say he's dead.
I don't think it was even a documentary. I think it was just a dude in the woods filming himself, and then he died, and they're like, well...
we'll make it one.
Do you see him punch that bear in the face? We need an excuse to put that in a movie.
He's basically the bear version of Steve Irwin, guys. Let's make a documentary about him.
If Steve Irwin wasn't afraid to slap a turtle around a little bit, he would be the Steve Irwin of bears.
Grizzly Man is the Steve Irwin of bears killing him. That's what that is.
Oh.
Grindhouse Movie Club, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Watch out for stingrays and bears.
Yeah, definitely watch out for both of them.
They're, and they like jump out of the water. Both of them.
Like you can pet
a
stingray.
No,
they don't give a fuck. It's when you get it's like a stonefish, you know. Don't step on it.
Was he riding a stingray?
I think he was holding it like a trophy, like a Stanley Cup. Stingray is like, I don't like hockey.
I don't think you were there.
Steve, I don't think your heart's in it. Boink.
Ooh, well, his heart's...
It's a one-liner like Batman, Adam West version.
His heart's pushed through the back of him.
Yeah, his heart's in the ocean now.
Like
where it belongs.
Like the Titanic. thing. What was it? The heart of the ocean. Ocean heart.
Yeah.
What they call that?
Shitty necklace that dumb bitch chucks into the water.
Yeah.
So disrespectful to memories.
She's like, I don't know where it is. It's probably in the water. Just kidding. It's been here the whole time.
I've had dementia since the Titanic.
Fuck you, Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Plop.
That's James Cameron.
Shit.
It's the same person.
No,
same.
because Michael Bay would have been a way better movie.
The boat would have exploded.
The boat would have transformed into a fucking robot, first of all, and been like, get out of me, get out of me.
If it's Guillermo del Toro, it's a kaiju.
It would just be a giant robot with eyeballs in his hands.
Yeah.
Like plucking people out of his guts.
Draw me like one of your French girls. And then you get crushed under the weight of a large foot. Yeah.
And then just, because he's a robot, he can't swim, and he just...
He's not king of this world.
I would have preferred it much more.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a better movie, for sure.
Grindhouse Movie Club. This is a podcast about it.
All you get from Titanic is a gun that disappears and reappears conveniently throughout the film.
What do you mean?
The guy's gun, right? It just disappears from shots and scenes, and then it just comes back later on and shit all the time. Like 3 times, it just disappears from the scene.
Well, is the gun did the gun sink the ship? Is it an integral part of the movie?
It's the villain dude. He wants to fucking kill Leonardo DiCaprio for some reason.
I thought the villain was the iceberg. I was 7 when I watched this movie. I wasn't allowed to look at the tits in the bush.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's the whole point.
I was 7.
So yeah. You're old enough.
No! That's why it's PG-13, Jesus Christ.
That just means parental guidance. They can guide you to a titty.
I'm really glad my parents did not
They'll hold your
guide
hand
me
and guide
toward...
you right to the titty.
All right. What? Fuck. Jesus
At
Christ.
7. Thanks, Andrew, for the intro
it's
song.
It's 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it is.
And
for some reason, it feels like fucking 5 a.m., though.
Oh, this is what happens when you watch this kind of film.
Oh, one of the best films ever made.
Far too early. The first
feel
thing
great.
you
want to take a nap because of how satisfied you are afterwards.
Oh, this is all right. Well, first of all, this is Grindhouse Movie Club, and you can go to grindhousemovie.club.
Yeah, you put a period right in between those last 2 words. It becomes a website.
Yep, and then you can just go and see more.
You can. You can see this almost immediately if you're on the Patreon, which is only $2 a month.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna copy and paste this.
Yep.
Right into Patreon.
Surprise!
As soon as we're finished recording.
Laziness. Here you go. You can't even complain because you're getting a thing early for free.
Yeah.
Not free for $2, which is basically free.
Yeah, it might as well be. And if you're in America, it's only $1, but we're
Listen,
Canadian, so it's $2.
You could give a glass of water to an African child, or you could listen to 2 grown men in air conditioning complain about movies, which is like that's 3 things in a row that an African child has never experienced.
Yikes!
And with their life expectancy, probably 4.
I don't like sitting here while you say that because I don't know what to say. Me over here.
Yeah.
Not allowed to say nothing.
It's okay.
I got nothing to
I'll say all the racial things. That's fine. That's my job on this earth.
This coffee's pretty good today. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it is. It's only light brown. Which, yeah.
What film?
One of my, and let me tell you, this hops around in my top 3 very often. My number 1 favorite movie of all time, which is House of a Thousand Corpses. Everybody, and you'll notice from the 3 pages of notes only that I had very few negative things to say about House of a Thousand Corpses. So somebody's gonna be carrying the podcast, and I'm not gonna tell you his name, but it rhymes with splat.
I won't say I had like a lot of negative things to say. I will say I did not have a lot of fun.
Well, put on your fun pants and try again.
All of my fun happened within the first little bit of the film.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of like sitting there waiting for it to be done.
Captain Spaulding character introduction. I mean, it's a short film in itself. It has a beginning, middle, and end, and I like it all. Love it.
Hour and 28 minutes long.
The first 40 minutes goes by like a bolt of lightning for me.
All right. I'm just gonna. This is my 2 sentences or less.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre just mixed up. It's got all the elements of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They just mixed it up a little bit.
If you go into this movie looking for exactly the title, you're going to find it and not be disappointed. Look for nothing else.
Look for
if I had better see a House of a Thousand Corpses in it, and let me tell you, you get that.
I didn't count. I didn't count the corpses.
I lost count after like 12. And that was just like the first 2 feet of wall. So.
And it's like first of all, 1,000.
Yeah.
That's a very large round number.
It is.
It's a very. I'm really pressed to believe there's 1,000.
There's at least
exactly.
5 corpses, okay, in the bone chandelier alone.
I don't know.
All right?
I don't know.
There's a corridor. This is old like mine shaft with corridors lined
I did see those.
with corpses.
I saw
hundreds of them, potentially exactly 1,000.
There was a lot of grave markers. I saw those.
That's
but
true, you
I
did see that.
Didn't count those, but
They're also counting all the corpses from the serial killers on the murder ride, probably. Which is a lot. It's like 50 to 100 right there.
all right.
You're going to see me making a lot of defensive statements in favor of this film.
House
I'll
of
tell ya.
997 corpses.
Well, yeah, because they're still adding. There's
It
still
just
some more to come.
It just doesn't roll off the tongue as,
No, it
as
doesn't.
nice as 1,000
Yeah.
corpses.
Why does it got to be 101 Dalmatians?
Right.
That really pisses me off. What's that extra one for? Put that one in the river.
That also like leave the puppy, leave the dog alone. Just leave it
Definitely
alone.
leave.
Just
That
leave
dog
it
has
alone.
had 100 puppies. It's blown out, okay? It's that dog's bedtime. It's got to hibernate for 3 months to heal after that.
There's no way there was 100 puppies in one dog.
That's impossible.
That they would be dead.
It's not a spider.
It is though a little bit.
It's not a salmon.
They just like spill out of that dog
Ugh.
and just
Yeah.
head straight for your
And
eyelids.
you can't tell me that at least a couple of them didn't deserve to be made into coats, because that's not enough oxygen.
Look, you can't. You can't have 101 dogs without at least 10 of them being assholes.
That's statistically.
Yeah, just
I think that's a lowball estimate.
not every dog is a good dog. I'm
No,
sorry.
Some of them suck.
Yeah, and you know what? You come at me being like, my dog's a good dog. No,
I'm
it ain't.
sure that could be true for you.
I'm not gonna tell you this, but no, it ain't. You keep believing that. Somebody
You
else
leave
will
that
kick
dog
that.
home for 3 days and tell me how good it is.
Yeah,
when
you-
you come back to a shredded house and piss and shit everywhere.
Put all your shoes right there by the door.
Yeah.
And then turn your back.
My friend's place has shoe jail for this exact reason. They call it shoe jail. It's an old baby gate made of wood and metal that they have in the corner for shoes, because one of their Keyshawn is a real asshole with shoes.
Well, here, how about this? You've got a dog. I'm probably just gonna wear my shoes in the house.
I'm just not going to take them off.
Does your dog take his shoes off when it comes in the house?
Yeah.
So why do I?
I'm not, you better not take ish shoe with
Whoa.
my shoes in the house with the dog around.
I don't want my shoes intermingling with your shoes.
Yeah. Gross. That's how you
Yeah.
get baby shoes.
That's how you get foot disease. That's how you get trench foot.
Sharing your athletes, all right?
All right. This movie is very confusing.
Okay.
It's very loud.
It is loud.
Well, there's a lot
loud
of-
things happen.
A lot of colors flash in your face.
That's what you like, though.
There's no like. Every time that Rob Zombie.
What about him?
Every time you want to fucking change the scene, you don't have to flash a bunch of colors in my face
A
to
bunch
make me
of colors
forget what
in
I
my
was
face.
looking at.
You don't have to cut to old fucking Steadicam VHS footage of strippers just against a wall in a basement, probably.
And unless you're gonna come back to it later and show me what
Yeah.
this is all about, like I don't. I had a hard time figuring out what was in the film and what wasn't in the film. You see,
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Well, it's all flashbacks, right? So it's
Is
things
it?
It's things that really happen, at
Is
least when the
it?
characters are involved.
Oh,
but
boy, 'cause
it's
it's-
flashbacks.
for a while it's just Otis being like a preacher talking
That's
about
true.
hunting people.
Yeah. Rabbit. I will say that one thing that makes it particularly confusing as to whether or not things really happen is Rainn Wilson's face goes from cut to uncut like 5 times.
Dwight.
Dwight in this movie.
Yeah, but
the
by
other
the
guy,
way, yeah, Dwight.
The other guy,
Oh,
by the
it's-
way,
but-
is Chris fucking Hardwick.
Yeah, don't worry.
And you'll never know that because he's wearing a wig and has a beard.
But he's just as terrible.
Yes.
He's terrible.
He is. He's a bad boyfriend. He's a bad friend. Horrible travel partner.
And also in real life, he's a very bad person.
Why? What did he do? Like touch women against their will?
Probably, like I think so.
Okay.
Or he like locked somebody in a. I don't know.
Ooh.
His
Marilyn Manson did.
his yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I don't know. His wife didn't
That's
have a
not
good
great.
time.
Yeah, you go in the bad girl box. What the fuck is that, Marilyn? Brian. His name's Brian.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It disarms the man when you realize his name is Brian and not Marilyn Manson.
Wait, when you said Brian, I was like, are you quoting Family Guy? What?
Brian Warner,
Brian Warner.
which have a whiter name. Good luck. Your last name might as well be White.
I'm trying to think of lyrics that he came up with that fit
Sweet
with
dreams
this.
are made of this.
We're all stars now.
He didn't even fucking make that song. He didn't even make that song.
He's really good
It's
at
Eurythmics, guys.
he's really good at like covering 80s songs and then
Yeah.
like writing with blood.
Yeah, he is. He's also good at rolling his eyes around in his head and shaking it around violently. Mm-hmm. He likes doing that a lot back in the day.
Oh, he sure does. Wearing top hats and he's like a clown, you know. He paints his face, wears his top hats.
He does. Yeah, he is like a clown. Speaking of clowns, Captain Spaulding, all right? So the movie starts with one of these creature features with a host. It's like Elvira shit.
Dr. Wolfenstein.
Yeah, it says Steen in the
Sure does.
in the narration before the man speaks, and
Sure
then
does.
he says Stein. Which is it, asshole?
Well, it's definitely spelt Steen.
Yeah, R.L. Steen,
And if you want to know who Dr. Wolfenstein
Ben
is,
Steen.
to win Ben Steenberg's money. Remember that?
Holy shit, Steenberg! You had to make him Jewisher.
I didn't have to.
It's just Stein.
Well, we're going on theme.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Dr. Wolfenstein, if you need to picture the man,
Yeah.
Dracula. It's a man with a vampire accent.
And he's in desperate need of lip chap. Also, he has a fucking... You know that based on the way that he's so excited underneath that little science table, he's got a fucking full erection about Halloween. He loves Halloween, dude.
He sure does.
All he cares about is you sticking around with him for Halloween.
Yeah, he's going to be here the whole time while you watch our shows.
I would not... It goes straight to a Captain Spaulding commercial. I like that... I think this is just, like, literally retired Carney, Sid Haig. May he rest in peace. I don't know where Rob Zombie's getting his actors from, but he chose his wife as one and she sucks. So...
Oh, my God. She's
know.
the... Oh, was it... What did he go? Hey, just watch every Batman and be Harley Quinn this whole fucking film. You know Harley Quinn? You know how annoying she is in Batman?
You know,
Be that.
She's the worst character in Batman. You get the best pairing of villain to hero ever, which is fucking Batman and Joker. That's a match made in heaven. And then your little fucking sub bitch that comes in with a collar and a baseball bat doing nothing.
And wearing pigtails and getting
great.
jerked off to by dudes.
Yeah, stopping just short of calling Joker daddy all the time.
No, she does that, I'm sure.
I'm sure she does in the comics somewhere.
Like, if you're the type to twist off to Harley Quinn, you might as well be twisting off to Baby. Because her name's Baby.
So these are all these people are named after Groucho Marx characters from back in the day.
I don't know what that is.
Three Stooges?
I wish my name was Groucho. 'Cause that would be...
Matches my personality
yeah,
on any
what the
given
fuck?
day.
No way it's a real name, but... let me
So
tell
that's
ya.
where you get Baby. That's where you get Otis Driftwood. And Mother Firefly and fucking RJ. It's all Groucho Marx characters.
Well, let me tell you, it doesn't matter to me
No, it doesn't.
because they're just fucking people.
Yeah, and also, like, did she read the fucking screenplay, see that her character's name was Baby, and go, okay, I'll be one for an hour and a half?
Nah, because she was definitely like, let's see, it's the 70s. I gotta be the sexiest thing in the 70s. Let me be Betty Boop.
Yeah, like a retarded child, though.
Yeah.
She's a retarded child, and then she puts the costume on, and she becomes a slut. Until you hit her in the face, and then she pulls a knife out. And
She becomes the sluttiest thing the 70s have ever seen. Betty Boop.
Betty fucking Boop, dude. 70s, dude. 50s.
Nothing was sluttier than Betty Boop.
I will say this about Captain Spaulding's rest stop gas station. While I am interested in all of the weird cryptid tchotchkes that are obviously made in the same way that, like, the shit that you would see on the front cover of a Weekly World News article.
Oh, it's all good. I love it so much.
I, however, probably wouldn't eat from the place.
Yo,
I'll just
no.
be honest about that. Your hands have moved Alligator Boy, and then they make fried chicken. I'll stick with looking.
Also,
I'll just look at the things.
he just keeps pulling this fried chicken out. From where?
Yeah.
From where?
Is
Is it hot? Is it cold? Where's it coming
I
from?
only assume that it's like a beer fridge that he's got underneath the front desk, and that's your complimentary chicken. Cold.
Yeah. It's
Thanks.
already in a bag. Like, here you go. Get out of here.
Yeah, I packaged this 2 days ago. The bag is paper. Cup it from the bottom like a flimsy LCBO bag because it's soaked through, so it's just going to open up and fall all over the place immediately.
So this ad, it's Sid Haig, and behind him is just
Nightmares.
Yeah, it's just a simple man wearing a Sid Haig.
It is a very simple man.
I can't stress this enough. He's a very, very simple man.
You know this because his job, he's got 2 jobs here.
He's got 3. I think he's got 3, but what are the 2?
I don't know what the third one is. The 2 that I have for sure are his jobs is to hit you in the head with an axe or anywhere just with an axe and wave balloons around, which is you hire a certain person. His third job is to laugh maniacally.
Okay, so then he has a 4th job.
Okay.
Because he also...
Be Dusty? Is that his 4th job?
Nah, he just pushes the cart through the murder ride.
Yeah! He's murder ride.
The simple strong man. There's no motors involved.
Let's talk about the fucking murder ride. First of all, okay, we got Rainn Wilson and Chris Hardwick and their girlfriends that have 0 interest in going across country to weird roadside attractions. Why would you bring them?
Are they going across country? Because it seems like they're just 10 minutes out of town where they're trying to get to.
Well, they're trying to drop her off, I think, because that's that sheriff is her dad,
because she's
right?
a bummer, yeah.
Because she sucks and she doesn't want to be there. And the other one, the fucking dime store Eliza Dushku, who is just a wet fucking blanket. The chick from Wrong Turn.
I don't know.
The wettest of blankets. Remember New Guy?
Yeah.
The chick in New Guy.
Oh. I don't know.
This woman looks like her is all I'm saying.
Okay.
And she just hates everything. So why even bring her on the fucking trip? She doesn't have a good time for a single shot in this movie.
Well, Jay, where were the good times to be had?
When you go to the fucking Captain Spaulding gas station, you look at the weird ass alligator. That's sick. I'm fine with that. Old ass fucking flintlock pistols and shit. I'm down. Yeah, I'm down with all that stuff. I'm down with the fact that fucking he walks in from the back with a fucking "Pigs Are Beautiful" shirt on.
Oh yeah,
to 2 cops right in their face.
Yeah, I did note that shirt. I love it.
Also, this place totally has black mold, so don't eat from it.
Oh God, no.
There's no way that he's doing mold checks.
Look, the commercial is enough. You should know because
it's in black and white during color TV era,
and it's him taking a bite out of chicken and going buck buck, and he just
and a song and then peace sign.
Yeah,
sick.
The chicken is so good he bucks his own.
Fuck yeah.
Do you know the tune? Can you?
Buck 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 buck.
That's it.
And which is some shit like Brack Show would have on it.
Yeah. Oh God.
You know.
I wish we watched that instead.
Mr. Bokbagok. I remember that.
Just tastes so damn good.
So our introduction to, before we even get to this car, our introduction to Captain Spaulding is 2 burglars, 2 robbers busted in. You got Captain Spaulding and this old fucking man.
Yeah. Oh, this
who's trying to sell physical copies of Top Nudes that are signed to him.
First of all,
how is that thing not stuck shut, number 1?
This was my favorite part of the film.
Because he's talking about this fucking random guy, Jackie Cobb, that's Dr. Zaius in his asshole? You'll love that.
Well, first of all, I didn't appreciate the language.
Right out of the gate, dude.
Right here.
What is it? That retard that hangs down by fucking whatever, like Mike's fruit stand?
It's Molly's fruit stand, first of all. All right. So I wrote, the gentlemen engage in conversation. Inside, a white farmer with thick glasses is upset because he's unable to sell his autographed porn lady pictures.
Yeah.
First of all, his name is Stucky.
Of course,
they're addressed to Stucky.
Yeah, it's Stucky and the magazine is Sticky. That's the nickname for it.
He was fixing to trade it to Jackie Cobb.
Yeah.
Who hangs out down by Molly's fruit stand.
Yeah.
And Sid Haig. Now I don't. He says, he says the R word.
Yes, he does.
And then the other guy also says it.
Mm-hmm.
They say it a lot.
Horny. Here's the thing, though. Sid Haig not only calls this guy a retard.
He sure does.
But then also doubles down on that statement. Because of his perversion, all they ever do is eat and fuck.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, now I know your opinions about the mentally feeble, Sid.
And like this guy's defense of his friend who he's trying to give this picture to
is that he put a Planet of the Apes doll in his rectum.
Not even. It's just he's one horny fella.
Yeah.
And
I'm on the spectrum. I'm allowed to say it.
That's not a good defense of your friend.
No, it's not.
At all. All they want to do is that. And then Like, from there, he just doesn't talk good.
He just tells hilariously embarrassing stories about his friend.
Oh,
and then
my God.
And then he takes the bathroom key, which is a gorilla's middle finger, and he also takes the books in. Which means he doesn't need to trade them yet because he's not finished with them.
That's right. I forgot that's what he takes.
Yeah.
So, he's like, yeah, can I use the washroom? And Sid's like, I just got done snaking paper towel out of the drain.
Yep.
So you better not be doing that in there.
Yep.
And this dude hears nothing past the fact that there's no more paper towel in the drain. And that
so it's good to go.
Yeah, and he's
switch to toilet paper.
He's free to put more right back in there.
You know he's using paper towels because toilet paper can't handle his loads. He needs that brawny shit.
It's the quicker picker upper.
It sure is.
It's so rough. It's so rough for your delicate parts.
Yeah, these gas station robbers bust in. And it calls into question, what was the simple man doing out front? Because he saw two people come with fucking ski masks and guns, and he just stayed out there? I'll let them figure it out. All right.
I would hope his shift would end when it gets dark. Because he
has to go back to the home?
No, because nobody after dark is enticed to come into this place when there's
him? Yeah.
Yeah, when like he's in different light. It's different. He's more threatening and
being told to raise your hands and then doing so with two fucking middle fingers is the biggest. That's big dick energy. Before, like, that's a sigma.
Yeah,
it's a sigma move.
Oh my God!
I love that. Fucking, I'm gonna count to 10. You know, fuck your mom, fuck your sister, fuck your grandma. This is all great. I used to just watch this when I had first seen this movie. I was like fucking 12 or something.
No, it's bad.
Yeah, first of all,
bad.
So young to have seen this. But I used to just watch this as if it was a short film in itself. Now, you watched this on Tubi.
I sure did.
And it placed an ad in a very interesting spot.
They actually placed it in my favorite spot.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
All right, well, so what you have to remember is I haven't seen this movie since I was 13, because it came out in 2003.
Yeah.
So I don't remember anything. So we get to, so they got the gun.
Dude, 9/11 was like 2 years ago.
It is, and I simply wasn't ready for this kind of. They're holding Sid Haig up at gunpoint while the farmer is like, "Hey, wait a minute, I know you."
Yeah.
To the other guy, because first of all,
You're Richard Wick.
They're both wearing masks that don't fit their faces.
Because they're both fat. One of them substantially fatter than the other. This is a real what's his name there from Of Mice and Men?
Oh,
This is a real Lenny and the other guy, George and Lenny situation. You can tell that one's the brains and the other is no brains.
Is it because one's wearing a dollar store monkey mask for a baby?
You couldn't even have got him another balaclava? Like, why do you leave him high and dry like that?
It doesn't matter because the balaclavas, the holes in them are so big you can see his face.
I know whose face that is.
If you can't recognize faces when you don't see a nose, then, like, yeah, it's great, but...
The best line during the entire holdup, I'll tell you what, Ski King. Why don't you take your mama home some chicken, and I won't have to shove my boot all up in your ass. Imagine saying that to somebody who's got a barrel trained on you.
Yeah.
You don't care about your life.
Nah, and well, look at you're a clown out of and you're out of business.
You run a murder ride.
Yeah. This is your reality.
You tried to bring the circus home, and it still left.
If anything, getting your brains blown out here is gonna make it more popular.
It will. It's just another attraction. We'll just never clean the mess up.
So the farmer's like, yeah, I know you. You work down at the hardware store. Yeah, your name's Richard Wick.
Here's a song that everybody knows about how you play with your fucking stinky cock all day.
This guy must hang out so long at the goddamn. He's at the hardware store every day.
We know him because he jerks off at the hardware store. It's his favorite place to jerk off.
Oh, God.
And it also smells horrible, apparently.
Yeah, so...
Holy fuck.
Little Dick Wick playing with his prick.
Yeah.
Don't the smell just make you sick? And
Which
that's
incenses
enough.
him to take the mask off and address you personally.
Yeah, like... Oh, great. Just shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Why would you have... Just shoot him in the head.
Yeah. It seems like you were ready to commit murders when you came in, you know? But he wasn't. He didn't know. This They threw him in the deep water, right? They didn't give him the shallow end first, and he can't swim, right?
Yeah, they definitely didn't give him any water wings or even ask him if he was ready.
But that gloriously backfires when the simple man gets off his ass and does job for a change. Like the laziest security guard at a jewelry store waits for the shit to go down before standing up out of the chair. So Sid just starts laughing because that's hilarious. It sure is.
The dude's mask falls off and his dick smells really bad and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
And the fact
there's no recovering.
The fact that
you might as well kill me because your life's over.
This thick-glassed motherfucker over here knows the song. Hilarious.
It's his favorite song.
Yeah, the robber's like, hey, all right, well, to hell with it. I'm just going to put this gun in your face and do the job.
It just means that Captain Spaulding knows how to read people. Like, the second he fires a gun in the air, he just gets drywall dust all over himself. Like, oh, this is your first rodeo, isn't it? Well, I'm no stranger to gun. You want to see? Here's some gun in your face. So some simple man comes in and does his simple job. Yeah, he does. He loves his job, too.
That's
a passion project. He probably does it for free.
I think the other robber just gets shot in the head by Sid.
Yeah.
After like firing his gun for no reason and just shooting his displays, which was probably enough to call into justification.
Yeah.
Getting shot in the head, because how much did that display cost to get all the way out here?
Motherfucker shoots the gun and then smells the smoke out of the barrel. You immediately know who you're dealing with. If I saw somebody do that just in the wild, I would have to leave the country. That's a psychopath behavior.
Oh yeah. This is when we step on this other robber and most of all, fuck you.
The most important point is fuck you.
Fuck
and then like 5 bullets right to your face.
I don't know. I got a bang ad for winners. Ad for fucking winners right there.
Come right back to goddamn motherfucker got blood all over my best clown suit.
That is exactly my experience.
Yo.
I have never laughed so hard.
I didn't think that scene could be enhanced by anything. Winners proved me wrong again.
Thank you, Tubi. I'm happy I don't pay for the full service. I would have missed that experience.
Yep. Tubi came through.
Holy shit.
So then road trip, right? And then also we gotta, just so you know, they're trick-or-treating tonight. I don't know why the fuck, like, I gotta call my dad and then fucking, your dad obviously has fucking dementia because the first thing that he says is, oh yeah, Halloween's on a weekday.
Yep. We're trick-or-treating tonight.
You're coming on tonight. Can you grab some milk? Dad, you have 4 cartons. Can you just grab it?
Please.
Anyway, I wrote about this road trip. Imagine a road trip. This is about Jerry, a.k.a. Chris Hardwick.
Ugh.
Barely fills the tank. He puts $2 to $3 in the tank. We're going the backcountry highway roads where there's nothing for a long time. It's spaces of nothing. And a guy, just one, barely fills the tank, scream wakes his girlfriend at the gas station. How did they not wake up when the doors were opening and shutting so that they could fill gas? It's not like they're talking in a whisper. Pretty much the entire time, actually.
Yeah.
Now, Rainn Wilson has justification to be upset about the fact that the tank is empty already because you only put $3 in and didn't say anything. However, also kind of on him for not looking at the fucking dial when he started the car.
Absolutely it is.
Hey, it's
Absolutely
empty.
It is.
Oh, let's go back to the gas station that's 50 feet that way and refill that.
Yeah, why don't you X10 the amount of gas you put in there, please?
Right? It's 2003. Now, I don't know when this movie's supposed to take place.
It's the 70s.
It's supposed to be the 70s? Okay. So $2 to $3 theoretically back then might get you a decent distance.
To be honest, it probably was enough. I don't know. I don't know what things cost back then, but it seems like nobody was complaining about the prices.
Also, he's like, I'm not made of money. $2 to $3 is breaking your bank. Maybe get a job instead of going on a road trip.
Well, it's the 70s though. Maybe
right,
that was
we're freewheeling. You know,
it's either gas, ass, or
grass.
Yeah, and I mean,
look at them. It's grass. It's grass for everybody in the car.
I sure hope it isn't ass. I wouldn't want to watch this movie.
Fuck.
So yeah, we first of all. You missed talking about the wonderful intro to this film, Jay.
Oh, the intro that's just like somebody it's porn and then somebody fucking around with a bunch of bodies.
It's literally True Blood.
Okay.
That's what the intro was like.
I've not seen it.
For everybody at home who's seen True Blood, this is fucking True Blood. It's the intro to True Blood.
Or the first season of American Horror Story.
That's right there. True Blood or American Horror Story. or some Sopranos old-looking shit.
Yeah, it's just a montage of, like old school, and then like a gross mouth getting fucked around with, and some eyeballs.
And it's like the
It's Rob Zombie's song.
Fuck Rob Zombie.
This is the house, though. This is the house. Did you know? Okay, so there's a flash of two missing kids in a missing poster.
Sure.
Throughout this movie.
Are they in his basement?
It's Rob Zombie and his brother, actually. And his brother is the vocalist for Power Man 5000. I didn't know that. So it's just a star-studded cast in that family of songs that were only good in Tony Hawk 2.
Songs that really spiced up Freddy vs. Jason for everybody.
Right?
To be honest, I can't believe that. You're telling me Rob Zombie made this film? the man who he made Dragula.
Yeah, he did.
And then he made this?
Yeah, he's continuing to release bangers. Now it's a little bit downhill from here. I will cede that. Because then we get into Halloween. Okay, we get into 31.
We get into Tits the fucking movie.
We get into Tits the movie, a.k.a. the Count of El Super Beasto, I think it's called, which is an animated film about luchadors, and it's just cartoon fucking for the whole movie, like Max the Cat.
I was talking about Halloween.
Or Fritz. And yeah, you get to see tits in fucking Halloween a lot. You get to see tits getting dragged through the woods. It's great. You get to see tits getting dragged through the woods in The Devil's Rejects, too. A lot. He likes dirty tits, all right? If Rob Zombie likes one thing, okay, it's dirty tits, Sherry Moon. So, mud him up.
Get those baby boop tits all fucking muddy.
Fun piece of trivia, little fact about Sherry Moon Zombie.
Are there fun facts about her?
There is. I'll tell you why this one's fun after.
There's no way that's a fun fact.
Yeah, she is only in Rob Zombie's movies except for a one appearance on Californication. And she also did Toolbox Murders. That's the only other movie she's acted in because she doesn't want to be an actor. I got a secret. It shows.
That's
also,
good.
like, you can couch it in a justification all day. Well, it was never really No, you're just bad at it. You're not getting requests. Nobody's asking for Sherry Moon Zombie in Hollywood. I really would love Sherry Moon Zombie for my movie. Said nobody but your husband.
And like dudes who fucking love Rob Zombie.
Oh yeah.
And like
you gotta get Sherry Moon in there, so I got something to ogle like he does. That's fucking weird. It's weird how much fan service there is of this woman in the movie her husband made. Look at my wife's fucking bare ass in these jeans, please. Let's watch my wife serve cunt at Red Hot Pussy Lickers.
Can we just name that store something better now?
It's a Red Hot Chili Peppers joke.
Is it?
It's gotta be. It's the same phonetic cadence. Like, if it's not, then they missed a golden opportunity.
No.
Featuring Tony Kiedis, not Anthony. It's like the porn parody version.
Well, yeah.
Fleas.
Oh, I don't know any other members of the band to continue this joke with.
John Pushanti. He only does anal. Anyway,
ad for winners.
1,000 corpses. Ad for winners. Fucking when they get to the gas station, they're asking him all kinds of questions about why the fuck he started this and where's all this shit from, and he's got a John Wayne tattoo. He says something interesting, like, because Rainn Wilson's asking him how long he's been running the place. And first of all, you don't get to complain about being pigeonholed as a retarded country bumpkin when your introduction socially is, well, how long's a piece of string? Too goddamn long. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna think you're from Deliverance.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but damn, don't just say it like that. And then right after, I took over from my pa right after the Duke damned Oscar. What? Those aren't words. You can't just put words together with names and I know what it is.
Except you didn't.
I did, but only because it's John Wayne tattoo and he's dead. I know who the Duke is. What does damned Oscar mean? Died?
No, he God, what does he say? He nabbed the Oscar for his film.
Okay.
So
okay.
It's
fine.
It's a film thing.
Okay. That's acceptable,
Hold
I
on.
guess. It took me a goddamn because the subtitle said damned. So I thought it was like a flown up the curtain and join the choir invisible type shit where it's just like a phrase for dying.
Since Duke nabbed the Oscar.
Okay, fine.
I don't know. I don't know where you were watching this film.
Yeah.
I can tell you they weren't better on Tubi. There's a a truck that drives by as they're driving.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was like, none of y'all were at church today. But I think it says something like, raise your hands up. Is what? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And then he for sure though says with his megaphone, "Who wants to be touched by God?"
Yeah, he sure does.
Implying that he's the one touching you, though.
Well,
so unless you have a complex, you just want to touch people. In the truck in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, are we sure this guy's from the church?
Sign, just a big sign that has the word God on it, does not a pastor make. I'm pretty sure there's like a test.
Oh yeah. And also, like, I think you have hours of operation, and once it's nighttime,
it's not midnight.
You're not allowed to drive around and shout Jesus stuff at people's houses.
No, that's a noise violation.
Well,
call it HOA.
We had two different experiences then, because I had to turn the subtitles on after a while to really see what these people were saying.
Yeah. There's a couple times where it's difficult, especially Captain Spaulding's fucking Sid Haig's mush mouth when he's middle-aged, dude. How does he become more articulate as he slowly dies?
Was he younger?
From hell? Yeah. Or you mean like he was born that age?
Yeah.
He just came out like
he's
that.
He's like 20 in this film, isn't he?
His teeth have always been that disgusting.
Yeah, he's always had... But
this isn't makeup. I have gingivitis.
You either wash the clown paint off or don't.
Fuck. Yeah, you're halfway all the time.
Does it stain your face? You might need... Anyway.
Yeah, it's like the haunted mask. It just doesn't come off after a moment.
I don't know where the clown paint ends and the clown begins. So they pull up to this gas station. Jerry is useless!
Even Jerry's own girlfriend hates him, honestly.
Jerry's like, yeah, I can't drive. I've got night blindness. I can't even see the lines on the road. Oh, there's a sign way up ahead.
Oh, he just sees that with his eyes.
Way up ahead that says Spalding.
Yeah, perfect. I could read that
Wicked.
from 100 feet.
And nobody...
Well, obviously he's lying because he doesn't want to drive because he's a selfish dick on a road trip.
Useless. So they pull up, and he gets out and just goes right in.
First time I had ever heard "Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey" was in this movie, and I've been saying it ever since.
What the fuck?
Yep.
You need to experience more life. People are saying that.
I've had 33 years of it.
They're saying that everywhere.
All right.
So he goes in, and this is right after they killed those men.
Yes, it is, because they're still cleaning up.
So, like, yeah, when he goes in there, he sees a clown out of costume, mopping up blood.
He still has the pants on of the costume, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, he's got the shirt off and, like, the makeup wiped off.
Kiss the cook shirt and old disheveled man running a gas station.
You ran in there, and you saw that, and that was boss.
Yeah, dude.
A clown mopping up blood.
It's obviously blood. There's probably still brain matter on the floor. I'll be honest. Yeah, it kind of is. It's kind of boss.
Smells metallic in here.
Jerry and I would get along for all of the time it would take me to need something from him, in which case he would let me down and I would never speak to him again. But before that, we're having a couple beers and talking about how cool that place was.
Oh, Jerry would be cool until you realize he's Chris Hardwick.
Yeah, and then he takes the wig off and you realize you're looking at Chris Hardwick and you're like, Now, say what you want about Chris Hardwick's and the accusations that I'm unfamiliar with. My larger issue is, fuck you for making a show where you discuss a show.
Yeah.
Fuck you for that, dude.
Yeah.
You took up a perfectly good time slot to do the thing that I would do with my mom if I watched The Walking Dead with her while I'm watching The Walking fucking Dead.
Yeah,
I've covered the topics.
Heaven forbid we have our own thoughts about The Walking Dead during the show. We gotta listen to Chris say them out loud afterward.
You saw how fucking successful YouTube reaction videos were, and you're like, I'll make a TV show about it.
Now, why don't we
have celebrities? Not even anyone famous.
Well, isn't it people from the show? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
people
never
from
watched
the show,
it.
and then it's like people who have podcasts. Like, who fucking... I run a D&D campaign on the side.
Oh, man. We should be on that show.
Yeah, we should. We'll spice it the fuck up. Well, yeah, I'll talk all day about how The Walking Dead sucked after season 1. After it sucked ass after they fired Frank Darabont.
After it sucked after first episode.
I got fucking opinions, bro.
The show was bad the second I realized what it was.
Stick to the miniseries. If they had kept doing 6-episode seasons, I guarantee you it would be good until like season 4. But no, you get a deal for 26, and suddenly that country bitch has to be in your show, and she sucks, dude.
I don't know who we're talking about.
The one that... Have you seen a lot of it?
No, I watched the first episode.
That was it, okay.
And then I was like, oh, this is just drama and zombies. I thought this was zombies.
Yeah, it becomes less zombies as time goes on. Phenomenally less. Down, 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 not up, as Chris D'Elia would say.
I saw that, and then I saw the dude with the baseball bat clubbing that That poor man.
That does happen too, yeah.
Oh, his eyeball comes right out. I saw that episode.
I didn't get to the governor. I didn't even get to fucking Denny from Grey's Anatomy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
After too many fucking people. When you start separating out your cast, and each group of 2 people out of 12 has their own storyline. Yeah, follow all of those. Follow 6 storylines in one episode. You ever read a book and you go, okay, half a chapter done? Let's read another book for half a chapter.
Sometimes I think American Dad with their 2 storylines an episode is a little much.
I can't follow any of this.
Now, it's always happening at the same time or what?
Fuck. Little prank where like reasonably so Sid Haig is like, yeah, you guys, I can sense that you guys just come into places like this and make fun of people like me, so I'm gonna fuck with you back a little by making you think I'm going to kill you.
Which, by the way, when he says just kidding,
works.
I'm still on edge here.
Oh no, I mean like the just kidding, I'm like, are you though?
You seem like the type to not be kidding at all. You seem like the type where it's hard to tell.
Say you're kidding when you're not the most.
A man who I can tell was wearing clown makeup earlier in the day, screaming at me like that. I'm not quite sure your doors are all on the hinge.
No, you can't be a clown and have hinges.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, you got one of those.
You have to take them off during the job interview. You
got that saloon door that blows open every now and then. Not even. You're a clown. You've got beaded doors.
I was going to say, exactly. You got beads and curtains. Those are all your doors.
You got those beads that hang down where you can still see the porno through the beads.
My fucking mom had those.
Your mom, probably.
To her bedroom.
Oh, you know what the worst part about
My mom was out here slinging it, dude. I got 3 siblings.
You know exactly what I was about to say about those beaded curtains. Nary a good decision happens on the other side.
I only realized as an adult why it very often smelled like incense beyond those curtains.
Once you part the Bob Marley face in those curtains,
fuck yeah, dude.
Game over. Those pot leaves, they shimmer back.
Now that smudge stick, you say you're trying to cleanse the house of weed smell, maybe, mother. You are taking care of me this weekend.
It's that commercial.
I only have one joint. Jay's here.
Well, you gotta have a Jay when Jay is here.
Trying to make me feel racially at home?
No, you're just a lot to handle. Your mom was that deflated bag of person, and you're just like, Mommy.
Yeah. I wrecked my mom. I gave her a horrible time. Coming out and coming back.
Anyway. Enough about your sad childhood.
Let's go to everybody else's sad childhood that turns them into a monster, a.k.a. my infamous murder ride.
Ah, yes, the murder ride that we bought tickets to because... Why?
An interesting point to me was brought up. He goes through the Albert Fish one, but he doesn't... So he touches on the grossest parts of Albert Fish, right? The nails in the pelvis.
Is a real guy, too.
They're all real people. Then they gloss over Lizzie Borden because all she did was kill one person with an axe. Who fucking cares? Who gives a shit? I could do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then they get to Ed Gein, and all they focus on with Ed Gein is that he liked to fuck around with chicks' pussies when they're dead. That's it? He furnished his house with skin. He's an interior decorator with flesh.
Jay.
Lampshades.
Jay.
He used to dance around and jerk off in skin.
This is like we're looking at a clown here. We're looking at an adult old man.
Okay.
Who is he's dressed up he's a clown.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nighttime.
You're right. You're scared enough, is your point?
No, you think he's not going to mention the pussy? That's his favorite thing.
It is.
There are adults in the room. There's no kids. He's not going to say the gross thing. He's just going to say the inappropriate thing.
You can tell
he's
it's
a clown.
Favorite thing, too, because he gets right up close when sexual organs. Let me pull my little fucking tongue.
Oh, my God.
And then, yeah.
He goes off with that little... He's got a skeleton bow tie, and every time he pulls the legs down,
something that Beetlejuice would have.
What? You only get one more of those.
2.
Not unless you want to see him, all right?
Okay, well, he's coming back. I just watched the trailer. It actually looks okay. The only disappointing part, potentially, is that Michael Keaton is, in fact, 75 years old.
Oh, see, I thought Jenna Ortega would have been the disappointing part.
I almost completely ignored her existence in the film.
Oh, you're not going to be able to. I think she's a...
I'm sure that's true. I'm going to be focusing on other things. Moira's in there. You got Winona. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Winona isn't... I feel like she's a honeypot, you know.
Michael Keaton is the honeypot then, if anything.
Nah,
that's the bait and switch.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna be pressing zipper for Winona Ryder here.
She's in her like 60s,
and that doesn't matter. So she's like, there for 5 minutes.
Oh, don't fuck with me. It better not be like that.
And then she's like,
it's
goodbye.
her fucking Jenna Ortega's her daughter. They're both in it.
So
they're both in it all movie, or else I don't watch it. That's what happens.
I feel like it's gonna be a honeypot, bait and switch.
You know, it's not a honeypot on the topic of upcoming films. And if you haven't, I'm gonna make you watch the trailer after this. New Beverly Hills Cop. Oh my, it's rated R. That's all I need to say.
Okay, all right.
We'll see. It's everyone who's not dead from the original Beverly Hills Cops.
All right, it better be.
And the only person who's dead, to my knowledge, from the original Beverly Hills Cops is the police chief where Axel's from. Who has one of the best lines in any of the movies, which is, well, don't think, Axel. It makes my dick itch.
Isn't it just the dad from Family Matters?
I think maybe it is, yeah.
If it's not,
may he rest.
May he rest. All right, I'll watch it then. I thought it was going to be like a remake where it's, hot young teens and they're like,
yeah. No. Eddie Murphy right in there.
Good.
And he says an F swear in the trailer, and they just overdubbed it for the trailer. I could see his mouth say it. All right?
But I didn't say frick. I said fuck.
I've never heard the uncensored version of that episode, and I want to so bad. Not to mention Wild This Ride. If you thought Countess Spaulding was the creepiest thing, nah, you got Lurch in the back feeling up hair.
Yeah, he's sniffing and pushing.
Woo! Boy, oh boy. Now, I wanted to point out, all of the serial killers come out, shot out of a cannon on rails.
Oh, yeah.
You still have an asshole pushing the cart?
They spent all their money on that.
They ran out of rail money?
It's just simpler to have the simpleton do it.
They just blast them at you like an old jump scare video. It's fucked.
Pretty much. Look, when the lights are on, this isn't very scary, but...
So they get out, and I like don't downplay it in front of your chick. It's just, just call Rainn Wilson out for fucking being asshole boyfriend. That's when you get the dad call, and he's watching the 7 o'clock news. The dad is, and that's Bill Moseley as the news anchor.
Oh, is it?
So he actually plays 2 parts in this movie.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
You take the sideburns as long as his fucking actual hair off of him, and he looks like a completely different person.
Oh, I actually didn't notice that.
Now I get to turn a page, and you'll notice I have to flip my notebook the other way.
Wow.
Because I opened this, with the intention to write, like an English speaker from left to right.
Ah.
And didn't notice that the book was upside down because the front cover was already folded over. So my first page is just upside down in the book. That was cool. It was either I flip it over and get pissed, or I write backwards for the rest of the movie.
I would have preferred the other way.
Nah, it would piss me right off. Either way. I'm just going to tell you right now, I ain't stopping for a hitchhiker for any reason in the dead of night, especially if it's raining and they have an umbrella. They're fine.
Oh, yeah.
They've prepared. And she gets in the car. This is Sherry Moon Zombie, and she's not wet. She is bone dry. So not a problem.
There's a lot of, at this point, from this point forward, there are a parade of red flags that the second I saw it, I've been like, nah.
Dude, this is why it's good that Rob Zombie just hates casting black people, because this would be a completely different movie with me in the car, and I go, first of all, no to the hitchhiker, but then the second she starts fucking spouting off and then saying she knows where. So Sid Haig draws them a fucking map to the Dr. Satan tree, because Dr. Satan is the local legend about a guy that fucks around with mental patients, and then they hanged him and he was awake later like Jesus.
So he wanted to make superhumans out of the mentally feeble through brain surgery. That's not how that works.
I'm gonna make a super strong runner out of a kid with polio. We just have to operate on the worst part of their body.
Once you pop the top off of them, it doesn't get any better.
No, it gets worse.
Yeah, you only make it worse from there.
Also, like, you ever tried to fix up an old car?
No.
Thousands of dollars later, you realize you've made a mistake, and it won't stop squeaking no matter what you do.
And the only people who are really cool are like dads who are like, yeah, nice, drive that by my place. I want to hear the motor putt.
Putt, the most effeminate description for a motor ever. You know what? Putts? Tugboats.
Are you gendering? What are you trying to say about tugboats?
This pussy ass boat.
A tug is still a job.
Yes, it is. Also known as a hand.
Fucking. So Dr. Satan got hung, and now they want to go find this tree.
That he got hung at.
Sure.
For the book we're writing.
For the book, yes, for the book.
That you never hear about.
Yeah, and also let's wait till daytime.
Probably just wait till. You know what? Map or no map, in the dark and rain, you're not going to be able to go. Thank God this fucking mongoloid at the gas station drew a map that I can't see any roads anyway. That's cool.
Yeah. This is great photos with my 70s technology
His
in the
map
dark
is just like
and
a
rain.
fucking, basically like a series of fucking cubes, like a labyrinth. It's just 90-degree edges. Okay, you turn right here. And yeah, it's like Dwight directions too. Like turn left when you hear the beehive. Probably. If you smell a bear, you've gone too far.
Oh my God. Like, I don't know. It's a tree. How do you... It could have just been any tree.
Yep.
Just take a picture of a fucking tree and put it in your book.
A gnarled tree, fine.
Nobody's got to know.
We watched that fucking dumb movie with the fucking, again, the guy from Grey's Anatomy where he's a journalist and he's trying to like fabricate horror stories for a shitty magazine. Did we watch that or did I just watch that?
I think you just watched that.
All right, well, it's the same thing. He's trying to like create paranormal shit because he can't really find any naturally because it's fucking fake. And so he's just like, he just takes a picture of a tree in the woods and he throws like a doll beside it. Just do that.
Yeah.
Do that for your fictional book anyway because it's fictional.
Yeah,
the people in it might be real, but there's no alligator boy.
Put a noose in a tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
fine.
By the way, Alligator Boy, in that ad, it says that he is alive and you can meet him.
Yeah. Well,
he is neither and you cannot.
There's no handshaking between you and Alligator Boy. It's an ornament.
Yeah.
It's a mantelpiece.
And, I mean, when you get about halfway through this film, you realize where it came from.
So, running down the list of red flags.
Oh, yeah. First one.
Shotgun blast from the woods, and now my tires popped.
That's your first red flag.
It's the most. It's the first. It's the primary glaring one up to this point. Sherry Moon Zombie as a person is already one.
Oh, there you go. All right, because her knowing exactly where you need to go and her house being right there,
and then also slow rolling you on the information, just like what tree? Because this isn't really fuck around time. I just met you.
Yeah,
we don't have this kind of back and forth report. It's not Abbott and Costello.
Okay? I'm gonna let you out at the road.
I'll let you out right now. Show me where the tree is.
I feel like if you let her out, she's gonna have a gun anyway.
Also, you have a map. You don't even need her help.
It's true.
But yeah, you can't tell me that 20 feet away, just on the edge of the brush, where it illuminated by headlights, a man with a shotgun firing, you can't hear or see that?
Oh, you would hear the gun immediately.
You'd hear that louder than the tire popping. Oh, that was a gun shooting my car.
Guess what? Guess what, Jay?
I'll keep driving.
Look, well, first of all, look around.
Yep.
No. No, I'm good.
No to any of this.
Just, for the visual, in case you were wondering, it's shitty. It's a shitty place to be.
It's garbage around here.
It's a fucking muddy road, and there's sticks everywhere. No. My old car, no.
No, we'll hoof it in the day when it's not raining. How's that?
We will, again, just take a picture of a tree.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Get out of here, fucking, you harlequin bitch.
You ever seen 1408? John Cusack just makes shit up.
Sure does.
Hugely successful author.
You ever read any Stephen King's novels? He's just making shit up.
Yeah, I have half a mind to believe Maine doesn't even exist.
I have yet to see it.
Yeah.
Never. I haven't seen Maine and Quebec in the same place at the same time.
Sure haven't. Don't lie to me. So now again, here's another red flag. Miraculously, your brother is a tow truck driver.
We're just gonna drive on the flat.
Yeah, you can get out here because obviously it's unsafe. I don't want to transport somebody in a car that's not safe because I have a flat tire. I'll be riding on rims. Bye, and then I peel out, thus destroying the tire. I don't even give a shit. I've driven cars on rims before recently. I mean, it sucks, but you're gonna get where you're going if you don't care. Yeah,
and honestly, you're not allowed to care.
Look
around.
There are more things to care about. This is just maintenance. It's a hefty bill, but life.
make your book good to pay for it.
Live long enough to have to pay this bill, to be inconvenienced financially.
Take a picture of your car, put it in your book, write it off.
Yeah. Whoops. This leg of the trip was cut short.
We had to eject a blonde from the car. She was insane.
And I didn't have the James Bond button, so I'd use my foot.
You know why they didn't hear the gunshot?
Because she wouldn't stop screaming as her natural vocal volume? Or because she blasts the radio unilaterally, disturbing the vibe in the entire car.
Oh, yeah. And, like, I'd just being a cunt.
Yeah.
Just being a fucking Harlequin cunt.
Yeah. So we'll just go to my house. It's right up the street. By myself. Me, Rainn Wilson, alone. Because Jerry... He was like, I'll go, and you could tell in his voice that he wanted somebody to say no me, and he wanted it to be Rainn Wilson, because there is a nice guy in his car, and then there's a fucking asshole all the time. And then
inside and outside of film.
There's like a little throwaway line where he's like, yeah, that sounds like a much better plan. After Rainn Wilson's like, I'll just go.
I didn't catch that.
I'll make the ultimate sacrifice.
I was just figuring like Rainn was just like, you can't be trusted to get this done.
Also, that's true. He can't even be trusted. First of all, he left the flat at home. He inflated the flat, and then he left it in the house.
Well, Rainn didn't tell him to pack it. He just told him to inflate it.
Yeah, technically I did. Okay,
how can you even get mad at me?
Fucking dick for saying that.
Technically.
Because now we're stranded because of your incompetence.
I didn't realize
you're going to throw the
so...
hair-splitting asshole. Fuck you.
Hair-splitting.
Yeah.
Haha.
Well.
Because later.
Yeah. Yeah, rabbits. I don't know why they dress them up like rabbits.
Oh, even
because of the fox and probably just a hunting reference.
Before that, even. She scalps them.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. There's a hair.
Oops. Yeah, oops.
So, on the list of red flags, once again, Rainn Wilson goes by himself, and then Baby comes out and goes, yeah, he's already left. Where was my heads up to go back to my friends in the car?
There's in between there's another red flag, in case you weren't aware. Let's arrive to my house. Here are the dolls I cut the heads and arms off of and then nailed to the side of the house.
That's really cool.
These are my dolls. I do this.
It's Halloween, this to all of them. So that's our justification is that it's Halloween. Listen, that collection is much longer than a day.
You've
been working on this for some time.
I hadn't even considered it was Halloween. I was just like, you're gonna point that out? I'm good. See you later.
There's a little skull on the door. That's how you know they care about Halloween. Merely the fact that they care about Halloween is a flag in itself. A red one. Why? There's no trick-or-treaters.
Nope.
Why are you decorating? It's a house full of adults.
No single parent.
You have scarecrows crucified on the drive up.
You got scarecrows who are people.
They are people also. They're probably people. Probably corpses in suits.
They're filling up that last the last like 3 or 4 corpses we needed for the 1,000.
We're not done. We got to. It's like Pokemon. Yeah, we got to catch them all.
There's absolutely. First of all, look around. It's mud and sticks on the ground everywhere. No parent is bringing their child that deep into the woods for whatever dirty, old, musty candy that these people are keeping in that dirty,
again,
old,
on the topic of
musty house.
Everyone's teeth but babies in this movie, okay? This is the Freaky Stories old lady who fucking sucks the chocolate off of the covered peanuts and then puts them back. That's the candy you get. Yeah, man.
Because she's hoarding them.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hoarder house.
Yes, it is. Look at the backyard.
Look at the...
There's a joke that I'd make about the state of this yard that all I'm gonna say is it's very easy to tell when people in the country don't like to throw things out because you get to see all of their things because they're on the lawn.
Well, it's because they're so proud of all their belongings.
Yeah, all their dishwashers that haven't worked since 1968.
They're gonna get to it.
It's still good. I need that Freon out of there, like Brandon Dicamillo.
You really shouldn't fuck around with the Freon.
I got 3 reasons why I don't go into this fucking house.
Okay.
I'll stay outside on the porch in the rain until you bring my friends to me. Mm-hmm. Number 1. There's no way that I don't hear a guy yelling at cheerleaders he's kidnapped upstairs. That's very loud. He's not quietly assaulting women up there.
No, he's
making it everyone's business in the house.
Yeah, I really don't understand how this old wooden house was able to contain the shrieks and screams
of several cheerleaders. Many, many multitudes of cheerleaders over a long period of time. Number 2, Nobody but me and the unhinged succubus in the house as of yet. Hey, I'm not going into any room by myself with this woman.
No.
Because I'm sure she gives sick dome, but the trade-off is you probably lose your dick.
Yeah, I was going to say,
she bites it right off and eats it in front of you, and then laughs like that.
That's exact. She doesn't bite it off. She bites it nearly off.
Yeah.
And then goes,
just about.
See? It's we'll just duct tape it right back on.
Who's my favorite movie character?
You want to see your tip of your dick?
Nobody, yeah. And number 3, Halloween decorations, despite, once again, nowhere near a neighborhood. Who's that for? And also, you don't take them down, do you?
Oh, in the real world?
It's Halloween every day, like Harrison Ford's earring.
Look, if this was the real world, Jay, you know, every occupant of this house has at least one Jack Skellington tattoo.
That's right.
Because those Halloween decorations are up.
And it's a tramp stamp.
All the time. It's Otis, and it's like right here, but it goes down to his dick. It's Jack Skellington reaching down and just grabbing it.
The whole side of torso.
Yeah.
With his lanky arms.
And he's like, what's this?
Yeah. Fucking Tiny's got Mr. Boogedy, but you can't tell because it's burnt.
Tiny is Mr. Boogedy.
Yes, he is, dude.
Who? It's just
fucking Tiny with the gimp mask. And what is it? You're supposed to keep your face together? Is that what that's for? Or is it just Leatherface shit? Like, I don't know.
So yeah, here's where more he's Leatherface. He's the Leatherface in this Texas Chainsaw Massacre who has to go get Grandpa!
Yeah, go get Grandpa.
Why don't we just grab the script from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and start reading it? Why don't we take the ideas and put them in our film?
Here's the thing, though. This Grandpa is way better.
I know.
Grandpa might be the best character in the film.
Yeah, this one didn't need the hammer propped up in his fucking hand.
Nah, dude.
This one's actually a person and not just a bag of skeleton bones.
So, couple of things before we get to Grandpa. Rainn Wilson's way of endearing himself to people is to do awkward impressions until they laugh awkwardly. Like, he does it with the Western shit with Sid Haig, who probably wants none of that. He does it with the sci-fi thing to Sid Haig right away after that. And then this to Baby. I can't remember what the fuck his impression was, but it was something.
I don't remember.
I think it was a robot of some kind.
I do remember.
Oh, he's doing the moose. He makes a shitty Ace Ventura joke about, that moose must have been going pretty fast. It's a fucking dad joke.
Yeah.
Like a 16-year-old girl in her head.
I did enjoy when he was talking to Sid Haig and he's like, yeah, we're writing this book about, like things you see when you drive across country. Well, I don't drive across country. Imagine if you did.
Well, if you did.
No, I don't.
It's just like, I live here, okay?
Yeah.
Look around you.
I don't go anywhere.
That also, like, you'd be surprised. Son, look around.
Yeah, there's nothing fucking... This is a clown at night once again. Nothing surprises. He's seen it all.
The thing
He's
that
literally seen one of everything.
Is probably just another clown at night.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm me, though.
I did. More clowns? I thought this was just a Satan thing.
So fucking Chris Walken the way I said that. So good. So, like, and Baby's fucking cozying up. You know, soft sexual assault is really only acceptable when you're a hot chick, it seems. Because she's doing all but touching his dick for him.
Pretty much.
She's right in his grill with the popcorn, takes his glasses off. That's flirting. Let's be honest.
Yep. Doesn't give them back either.
Unless you're curious about your own prescription, that's just flirting. And then also, like, pants halfway down, and then fucking Tiny's home, and she's like, whoopty friggin', like, she thought she was gonna get laid on that couch.
She sure did.
She thought she was gonna fucking feel the rain down in Africa.
Don't say that. Also, I just want to point out before we get too far, when Sid Haig, when Sid Haig draws him the map.
Yeah.
It's a rudimentary map.
It is. Well, it's on a napkin.
And also he says, if you can't
AKA
find it, tough.
A mapkin.
Oof.
Also, yeah, like I did this is above and beyond. Take your fucking chicken and leave.
Yeah, so they're sitting there, and it's very clear that Rainn Wilson, who's his name in the movie? Because I just called him Rainn Wilson the whole time. He's got a name.
Shit!
He's got a name.
You got Jerry, who is the other one, And the only reason I remember is because Rainn Wilson, like a disappointed mother, has to say Jerry like 5 times.
Jerry?
I don't remember his name at all. I just call him Rainn Wilson, or Dwight.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking Jim!
It's probably like Gabe or something. Also, yeah, Michael? Same vibe.
Oh, yeah, so... Yeah, they come home and she's like, yeah, whoop-de-freaking-do. And then this is where, like, Stifler's mom comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And she's Stifler's mom.
It's just... You might as well not be wearing a shirt.
She's Stifler's mom in the way where Stifler is like a dead guy. And he's just in the house somewhere.
Stifler's mom. And, like, you know they don't get a lot of visitors because every woman in this house will come on to anything with a fucking pulse.
Oh,
Everybody's trying to get wedded up in here.
I think she, like...
And you can't tell, like, why aren't you sitting beside your boyfriend in this house that's a stranger's?
Yeah, why aren't you sitting in his lap? So, because obviously,
there's like shrunken heads on the table and shit, and you're just cool. Yeah, I like this couch better because it's got the throw blanket that probably has vomit on it.
If this was like 3 days later on the calendar and it's past Halloween and you were sitting here with all this stuff, you'd be like,
horrifying.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Am I in literally Ed Gein's house?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Love that they call him Tiny. Is so disrespectful.
It is.
He's already been dealt a pretty shitty hand in life, being set on fire in a basement and everything.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna make fun of him because of his size and retardation. Have you seen the actor? His name's Michael McGrory.
Is this an actual person?
Yes.
Okay, because he's
in things. He plays a swamp troll, and I think the Neverending Story.
Is this the guy from Bubble Boy?
I don't know. Haven't seen it. Hate Pauly Shore.
No. This is not Pauly Shore. You're thinking of Biodome.
Seth Green?
No. It's Donnie Darko.
Oh, Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's Bubble Boy, and he's on his travels, joins a freak show, and
Maybe.
And there's just the tallest man with the lumpiest head in the world.
Maybe. It could very well. Well, the thing about this guy is his neck is trying to escape through the top of his head. And he looks like a dugong. You know how dugongs, their lower half kind of looks like a mermaid's legs because of their bone structure? That's what his fucking neck looks like. Matthew McRory, I believe his name is.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Because this movie's got Vern Troyer. Oh, that's disrespectful. It's got Beetlejuice. Yeah, Matthew McGrory. There he is right there.
Yeah. You see how his neck wants out? His neck is sick of it. It's supposed to go on strike.
God, he's only getting taller because his neck just keeps going. It goes after his head stops.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna create another person on top like a volcano. That's his sibling in there.
Yeah, he's got
a teenage brother.
Vestigial whole other person.
On the topic of Vern Troyer and him, would have made that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito movie so much better if it was them instead.
Oh my god.
Everywhere he goes is a fucking circus. I'm sorry.
God,
I'm sorry, McRory.
Vern Troyer in this movie, his name is Dr. Freak. and Matthew McGrory's name is Human Sasquatch.
Oh, good. And just call them what they are. Fine.
Then you got Beetlejuice.
Does Vern Troyer have a PhD? Because these are just their names when they're getting bullied.
Beetlejuice is Little Freak. Or no, sorry, he's Little Zip.
Little Zip.
Weird
movie,
Little
I'm
Zip.
sure.
It's a good movie. Go watch it.
Note number 30 in my book here, Sherry Moon's laugh is the worst part of this movie. I can't stand that fucking laugh. It's like Woody Woodpecker, but worse. Woody Woodpecker having inhaled a bunch of helium.
Oh, fuck. Everybody's laugh is terrible because it's the forced maniacal laugh that nobody ever does unless they've had a brain injury and are killing people.
That's right. You nailed it. And, well, surprise, surprise, that's what this house is fucking full of.
It's the same laugh you hear before you discover somebody in a hospital painting with their shit. You follow that laugh until you find shit.
You're following the smell and you find the laugh, probably.
Well, first the laugh hits you, and then when you get close enough, it's the smell.
Yeah.
And then the sight. Oh, Lord, the sight.
So, again, like, and this is what I'm saying, I would not have gotten towed as a black person in a horror movie. There's no hitchhiker, but even if there is a hitchhiker, I do not go to their house. I do not let them tow the car. First of all, they cut back to the car, and RJ is there with the tow truck and scares them by pounding on the hood when they turn the lights on. Headlights? First of all, have the headlights on.
Yeah, oh.
It's at night in the rain in the middle of nowhere. Have those on. Secondly, the car's already hooked up. You wouldn't have heard and felt that. A tow truck did that. It's not quiet.
No.
It's kind of like a small earthquake.
It's a great big deal if you're in a car.
I'll tell you a story. I just saw a video. There's a guy on TikTok that
I love this guy.
Okay, so he caught he picked up two people in an SUV fucking in the back.
Yep.
They noticed right away.
Oh yeah.
They noticed before their clothes were back on.
They sure did.
So you can't tell me. The way that Tiny wakes up Grandpa though is by assaulting an old man. The dude's asleep on his stomach. He has the longest pull string of any light I've ever seen. You can fucking wrap your neck around that by mistake in the night and hang yourself and die. It's dangling down and like tickling his ass. And he's laying down on bed. Like, but he just fucking wake up, Gramps.
Well, he doesn't have the dexterity of somebody whose fingers aren't fused together by heat.
Fucking Vietnam flashback with the jostling. What is this, a mortar strike? So he's reasonably pissed.
It's
like,
probably fucking Matthew's just sick of being a freak in films, and he's just like, I just get this done. All right,
fine.
If this is the way I'm treated, this is the way you're treated, old man.
Well, he gets treated like shit throughout this whole movie, basically. Cut to Baby took a break from the festivities to go torture a kidnap victim in the basement for a little bit while she's getting her makeup done.
Yeah, she's like,
you can't hear her fucking screaming, "What's that spell?"
Yeah. Oh, it says it's a cheerleader, and she's grilling this cheerleader because she hasn't done shit to cheer her up since she's been here.
It's a tall order.
Especially when you're forced to sit in a bed where your dead friend is just there.
That's right. She sure is there.
Just right there.
If that's not enough, don't worry. We also have the cage with just the monsters in it.
Yeah, what's that?
The half-naked diapered monsters.
What? There's just people,
yep.
half-naked diapered people.
And then, like, you hit a switch on the wall or something, and it tases them awake or some shit, and they just go into fucking they literally wake up and choose violence. All three of them.
That or fold the laundry, and they're clearly done with that.
So there's that. It's this dinner scene, dude, where you have to put the fucking masks on. I'm not putting that mask on. You won't eat.
Okay.
I don't fucking care. I don't want your dessert. So the mask stays off. I need peripheral vision in this house. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah, so they get invited to dinner because they offend this bimbo.
Yeah, by saying they don't like Halloween because they're adults.
And she's like, well, I hope you change your mind. Halloween's very special. We're about to have this dinner. No.
I will not change it.
Yeah.
If I were to change my mind, it wouldn't be your advice I'd take.
And absolutely no to the Halloween dinner.
Yeah.
From strangers in this house.
With enough candles to cause this is a fire hazard house with all these candles.
At some point, there's another red flag when Baby's just like, I think Rain's like, so you live here alone? She's like, nah, there's a bunch of us here. I don't know where they are.
They're around somewhere. Tell me where they all are right now. Drop a pin for me. On all of them.
And why do they get worse the more they
It starts with gross mom, and she's just a gross slutty mom.
She's the word is bimbo. All right?
She's a lot lizard, probably. And then we get fucking Tiny, and at that point, hey, I gotta go. I gotta meet my dad. I have to go away from Tiny.
Oh boy, yeah.
You misled me with his name.
The issue with Tiny is that the second you see him, you're like, well, first of all, he's tiny. There's no way they're calling somebody else tiny.
There better not be a big around.
And by tiny, they're talking about the tiny lumps. Protruding.
Several of them. Like, should call them tinies.
There's some about this guy's head shape. And as soon as you see it, you're like, well, that's him.
Yes.
And it's like his brows are just way out there. Like he's a triangle head on top of like a tree trunk neck.
And it's growing. The tree will not stop. It's like a redwood.
They don't do much to make him look like anything else. Is all I'm saying. It's like I saw him and I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
They slap a form-fitting mask on him to accentuate the lumps, if anything.
Yeah. So this guy, this is your Leatherface.
Yeah.
I think Mom's like, yeah, oh, don't mind him. He can't hear anything because he's a melted man.
He's
Oh, really? I had not noticed because that shitty mask you make him wear, like, it doesn't cover shit.
Later on, he hears the one chick whispering to be let free real well, so that's just a lie.
Yeah. Maybe he reads lips because
Yeah. Well, he's certainly fucking putting his to work in that scene. Jesus.
He thinks about lips a lot.
Yeah, he uses them a lot like a dog. It's like, so fucking Otis comes down, and Otis, we've been cutting back to Otis doing the sanctimonious speeches to kidnap victims over and over.
Is that what it is? Because I was like, is this
He's trying to explain his artistic process to the people that are going to be a part of it in about 30 minutes. I think what he's complaining about is that he's not getting any inspiration out of cheerleaders anymore. They're kind of just meat, and he can't have fun with the sculpting.
This is like one of those weird scenes in between scenes that I was complaining about.
And he brings down, well, a fetus in a jar, and then the mom,
it's dinner.
And then the mom kisses it.
Yeah, she's very happy.
You want all the kids home for dinner.
Yeah.
That's great. My favorite part of the scene, though, is that it's almost as if Grandpa's screen direction was just, hey, could you be as fucking disgusting with mashed potatoes as humanly possible, please? Could you make eating mashed potatoes look like fucking hyenas picking over a corpse and then fighting with each other about it? But it's just you. He gets them all over.
He nails it.
He fucking, they're on his hands. He screams showtime, and he makes sure everybody at the table has eaten from his mouth like a baby bird.
And if not, they're speckled all over their face for later.
Yep. Hope you had your mouth shut when he said showtime.
I hope you were shielding your eyes.
Fuck.
Grandpa's having a war flashback at the fucking table.
Fucking.
So, put on the masks.
Yeah.
Or you can't have dessert. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't want dessert.
Yeah.
Dessert's probably that bullshit that like parents do on Halloween where it's like, and this is a bowl of eyeballs, and it's just like Jello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, close your eyes.
Brains, and it's like spaghetti. Now eat it.
It's just grapes in a
yeah.
Just peeled the skins off them.
Grapes.
Ugh.
Which, if you have the time, I feel this way about pomegranates too. Okay, fuck you, because if you have the time to peel a grape, just fucking eat it. I'll bite into a pomegranate like an apple before I pick any of those little seeds out.
Here, let me tell you something about pomegranates.
Yeah.
Unless it's a juice, you shouldn't be fucking with it.
It's apparently quite delicious, all right?
Yeah, I know. I've had the juice. It's fine.
I have a friend who like meticulously will pick all the seeds out and then put them in a bowl, and then he staggers them like he's on an inflatable raft in the middle of the ocean and it's his last D ration. And it's like, you did all that work, reap the fucking rewards, and pile those shits into your mouth like pistachios.
Or, hey,
shove that in like popcorn at the theater.
Eat a banana.
No, bananas are gross.
Eat a banana, eat an apple.
You have a great point, but bananas are gross.
It's fruit. It's still good for you. Why do you have to pick the difficult one?
Because apparently it's quite rewarding. I disagree. No, it's not worth it. I feel like Sisyphus pushing a stone up a mountain endlessly trying to fucking get these seeds out.
Every time you push it up a little further, more seeds just take its place.
Oh, good, more seeds. Also, you'd hate it because the seeds come in holes.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Little compartments like a durian.
This is why I like bananas. They're just the way they are.
Anyway, no wonder baby's all fucked up because this woman's wasting her parental love on a fetus in a jar by kissing it.
Yeah.
When was the last time you kissed baby?
Oh, baby doesn't look like she's seen a lot of parental love.
Otis, when Otis comes down, he starts shitting all over Captain Spaulding's integrity right away because they're asking about Dr. Satan when he shows up. And then he's like, that country fuck who owns that shitty gas station sucks. He's not going to tell you anything. Your accent's different. He doesn't know shit.
He really does, yeah. I don't know what the fuck Otis's big goddamn problem is.
Holy Miss Molly got me a live one though.
He's fucking crazy, but he's also just saying things
that don't. He's a prophet, you know.
You should be, yeah, of nonsense. Because all he says is things, and you're like, well, what does that mean? Why did you say that?
Out of the barrel of a gun, Otis. Otis's gospel truth.
I bet you'd stick your head in the fire if I told you could see hell, but you'd have a devil stick out your ass.
Yeah, and then it's like an inside joke.
Oh, we got meal. Yeah,
between the whole family. This is the thing we say every day, and it's hilarious.
Ugh.
Okay. Showtime is just
the worst Showtime is... You know what Showtime is? You know what the fuck Showtime is?
Some of the best stand-up comedy I've ever heard.
Showtime is the scene from Winter Beast where the mayor puts that little clown mask on and dances around the Halloween decorations.
Fuck yeah, it is.
That's all it is.
I have a lot of questions. This scene raises a lot of cues I need A's for, and I need your assistance here.
Okay.
I have no cues about Grandpa's stand-up routine. That is a perfect set. I don't give a shit. He's just talking about fucking eating chicks out and then waking up grandma, and then he just throws his tongue at women. Dude, let me tell you, front to back, and just screaming. It's like Sam Kinison. It's fucking perfection, all right?
It's an old man losing his mind on stage.
It's lost. You saw him eat the potatoes. He's on soft food.
He gets 1 day a year to do this.
Yeah, dude.
He
What's
saves
the
it up.
worst shit I could say to strange, like, young adults? Like, you just got done reading Twilight. Here's the other side. Here's the 50 Shades.
You got done reading Twilight. Here's the one where they reverse the genders.
He just yells, "Eat your wife's pussy."
He sure does.
To basically kids.
Into a microphone that doesn't... It's already amplifying his voice. He doesn't need to shout.
He amplifies it until it feeds back. Also, everybody who's living is in the front row. You don't need the microphone.
Yep.
Now that brings me to my next cue. I know that they weren't expecting this company. Now, perhaps they were. Because, I mean, it's all orchestrated from the beginning, so that's fine. However, you guys have set this whole theater up with mannequins long ago. You didn't know you were going to run into a group that was capable of being kidnapped by shooting their tire. You guys just had this around.
Well, this is...
Baby has rehearsed a whole routine that involves the mannequins.
Well, by the way, Grandpa shouts, "It's showtime!" Like, and everybody cheers. Yeah. I feel like this is either a nightly thing or a weekly thing.
Yeah, and I think it's just for them, though.
Yeah, it for sure
Which calls into question once again.
No.
Why we're doing the sexy Betty Boop dance? Are you doing that for the family? You doing the fam jam? Is gonna get the lap sit and the little. You know?
Yeah, so what I wrote was, again, she comes out all dolled up, and she's lip syncing to some Betty Boop.
Yeah, I want to be loved by you.
Some Betty Boop shit. And of course, it's the 70s, so this is the hottest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, and the two dicks with legs in the room can't fucking take their eyes off of this fucking... This chick was a nightmare 30 seconds ago.
Oh, yeah.
And now she dresses like Betty Boop, and it's just, I'm hard. Mouth agape, like fucking Jim Carrey in The Mask with the wolf. When Cameron Diaz shows up, same thing.
It really is. And her family is likely...
Your girlfriends are literally right there. Like,
Nah, awooga!
I go to fucking...
Eyeball shooting out of the head.
If I'm forced into going to
ground.
see Magic Mike, and my girlfriend is, like, just staring at the bulge, I'm leaving. That's it. Oh, you found another.
She's doing the leg up on the thing like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This.
Yeah.
This movement. We're just fist bumping light.
Man, clubs used to be wild.
Holy shit.
One lady in a dress and men were losing it.
And it's like, yeah, it's a tight dress, but it goes all the way down. You're not even seeing anything.
No.
You're seeing contours. You don't know what's going on under the hood, though. I don't want to pull back that curtain.
Also,
there might be more curtains.
She's still fucking crazy.
Yeah, she's still insane.
Which is why you're sitting here watching her be sexy to her family.
Yeah.
Her mom is right there.
Stoked about it, too. Loves it.
She did the hip waggle. And then I just wrote, remember the scene in Winter Beast where the mayor did this?
Yeah. No, it's like you're being held hostage more than it is a show.
Yeah. Except apparently not.
Cut rate fucking Eliza Dushku decides that she takes umbrage to having her boyfriend's lap sat on and puts hands on the demonstrably most insane person in a family of obviously insane people.
Oh, yeah. And
how did you expect that to go? It's a miracle that she only had a switchblade.
And where did she pull it from? She's wearing a sexy dress.
Probably her puss-gina.
Hey, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep, be thankful a knife is the only thing she pulled out.
So, thank God, just in time. Car's done.
Yeah, just in time, coincidence. Okay, well, let's get the fuck out of here. Now, here's a mistake.
Before you get your tits cut off and shoved down your throat.
That is a thing that was threatened.
Yeah.
For sure. It became real then, for them, that's when this whole thing went on just fine. And then one threat about tit removal. It must be a sore spot. What, did she have a mastectomy? Here's a big mistake. Everybody gets into the car just fine and the car drives, okay? Rainn Wilson, I don't know where his foot went, but it certainly wasn't far enough down on the pedal. Hang on, I gotta open the gate? Fuck their gate. Just threatened me with a knife. Their gate is the least of my worries.
It's the 70s. I would be surprised if the car went through. I feel like he's like, I know.
Okay, but if it's one of those Fords that to like brake, you got to use both feet on the brake pedal, it might. They used to build those shits like Panzer tanks. And now, if it's the kind of gate that's like a plantation gate, for fuck's sake, yeah, you might get stuck. Worth the shot. As it turns out, you're gonna fucking die anyway. I might as well gun it.
Oh, yeah. And if you thought you were getting out here alive, by the way these two begin to cackle as you leave, no.
And that's audible.
Yeah, it's a cackle.
And then they come and they hit up the car too, like right after that. Okay, I'm leaving fast.
I imagine that
the
was
danger
to, like,
is not over.
That because they were trying to spook them toward the danger. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. But that's So Tiny and fucking Otis are just out there on crucifixes with giant masks that they can't. There's no way they can fucking see out of.
And like,
but they have great aim with a bat.
Oh yeah, and like. Tiny didn't take the mask off. We knew.
No, he's got a certain gait.
You can tell.
Yeah, sometimes horses need to be put down.
It's a great big pumpkin mask on that.
Great big pumpkin? His head is a gourd. You didn't need the mask.
How come the stalk is coming up through the back of the pumpkin? How come the pumpkin vine's growing up through the back of the fucking pumpkin?
This is the pumpkin that is still in the patch on the 1st of November.
This is the... This is the one that teenagers
throw off a bridge.
Yeah.
They chuck it off an overpass onto cars.
So this is the one they fucking pull over and just smash for being a pumpkin.
So they all get attacked, and then the next series of scenes is just them waking up in various nightmarish places around the house, really?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess they all do get to wake up.
At this point, I wrote, Tiny is only threatening if you can't walk.
Tiny is only threatening if you stay within his field of vision.
He's only threatening if he catches you. Otherwise, a brisk pace and you're good.
He's not turning his head.
No, that's true. He's like original Batman.
He's
and his favorite character is original Batman.
Oh God.
Shit, he's probably got the suit.
So yeah. Go on.
The flashback stuff that you're talking about, I do agree with. However, in this one, it's the chick waking up right before we see Fish Boy, and all of her flashbacks are supposed to be like her memories from when she blacked out from before that, like the last thing she saw. But it's their principal photography, which I thought was cool. Like you just added that, like you could tell that it's shots before they're actually shooting the scene, like it's like their DP pickups and stuff.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I was like, "What's?" Huh?
I liked it.
I thought I was gonna have a fucking seizure with all the flashing lights, actually.
So Otis gives his whole fucking speech, which, I mean, there's not really anything noteworthy about this speech.
Nothing
aside
really
from
noteworthy at all.
Our bodies come and go, but this blood is forever. I think was just a nice line. There's a couple nice lines that I like in this movie. Yeah,
huh.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, his name was Bill.
Bill.
That's Rain's name.
So we get the flashback montage of what exactly happened to Rain, which is that he got strung up and sliced. I liked the special effect of having like the straight razor in the blood. Like I assume that's just like a tube hidden.
Probably.
I thought that was all right. I didn't like that you cut back to Fish Boy and his face is clean. There's no cuts on it at all.
Yeah.
You could have added some.
You could have.
But whatever. They cut his arm off just cuz. That would be so disrespectful and insulting. Like you're being tortured and killed, and then somebody just grabs your severed hand and is like, "Hey buddy, you hungry?" Like, fuck you.
Also, like, that's what he's strung up by. So now he's just like free dangling by one arm.
It's like that burnt chick from Silent Hill. She just swings out when the chain gets cut.
Yeah. He's up on like a wooden crucifix or like a big Y or something.
I think it's an X.
An X?
Because it's like the stocks almost. You know the rack from fucking Middle Ages and like it would pull your limbs.
It's some kind of rack.
Yeah,
for sure.
Pull him more.
Yeah, get him all long and pulled.
I want those joints so stretched.
I want to play basketball.
Yeah, the whole time I'm just like, thank you, dude. I've been in pain, hip flexor issues.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, we get to It's a fucking flashback, and then he's talking about how, oh man, Bill's great. Bill's been an inspiration.
Oh man, Bill, my fucking total block. I haven't had a single. Wait, I can't be creative, and then Bill, man, Bill.
Bill was a great specimen.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Whoops.
Yeah, but by the way, covered in blood. And this dude is covered in blood. And Bill's not
his
fine.
His hair's very white, so you really see it. His hair and body is quite white.
Yeah, Bill's probably not doing so hot.
No, unless you wanted him to be a mermaid, in which case he's doing great.
He's quite well.
And you did the right kind of mermaid, which is the fish bottom half.
I don't know, fish top half though.
Well, in that case, we would have seen Bill's dick.
That's funny.
And I can almost guarantee you, in this movie, we would have seen Bill's dick.
Well, let me tell you.
It'd probably be like chopped up, like shredded cheese.
Oh, don't say that. I mean, nobody expects fish top half though.
Fish top.
They're always like, I'm gonna fuck me a mermaid.
Well, I kind of feel like you owe me now. Why does the top half still speak English?
It has to.
So cut to now we're doing the missing persons investigation because this one chick happens to be the daughter of an ex-sheriff, which means that's the only time that people in this county pay attention to missing children.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but did he know a cop? Like, is his dad a cop? Fuck, it'll turn up. Check the cistern. That's it. That's the whole investigation.
Well, how about this? Where the fuck are these people? How close are they to this guy's, this sheriff's house? Because you're telling me this sheriff doesn't know about some strange characters who live in a house on the road that they said they were going to? You're telling me that this house of 1,000 corpses has not been suspicious whatsoever. The mountain of shoes in the front door has not been like, hey,
I didn't really think about the shoes, yeah.
A lot of shoes. A lot of shoes right here.
Chandeliers of heels just everywhere.
The fuck? So like not one cop.
Nobody's done like a welfare check on somebody nearby there.
1,000
that house.
1,000 corpses.
They're getting them from cemeteries for the most part, okay?
Not 100.
No.
Not 10.
No. 100 times that.
1,000
That's right.
Corpses.
A lot.
And the police.
They're just thankful to have the space where graveyards used to be.
Now, and I realize it's the 70s.
It is.
There isn't one piece of paper.
I guess you could just make that excuse perpetually, too.
One piece of paper in a folder somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey.
Watch for the house that we call the 1,000 Corpse House.
Yeah, they've been calling that the 1,000 Corpse House now for a little while.
Well, so fucking dude's daughter's missing, so I'm going to send a couple people out to Spalding's. You could probably skip Spalding's and go to the house of 1,000 corpses. I would start there.
Spalding's, that's the place that's down the street around the corner a couple times from the house of 1,000 corpses. That's a good start.
While you're on the way to the house of 1,000 corpses, pop into Spalding's, sure. But make sure that your final stop, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, do indeed check out the house of 1,000 corpses. You know, the one with the system of tunnels and the mentally feeble.
The mine shaft full of mentally feeble?
And the man.
Full. They have jobs down there.
And then it's eating mashed taters.
One guy's job is to open and close a door with a chain.
Like they're getting visitors.
That occupies the fuck out of his day, too.
Oh, yeah, he's there for weeks. And then finally, like, oh, great, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, rope burn. Fuck.
Shit. Another guy's job is to just swim in the black swamp.
There's a couple swamp people.
Yeah, there are. Woof. So Wydell is the sheriff deputy or whatever, and he shows up and he just molests the bell and fucking the little ring ding bell at Captain Spaulding's.
Oh my god.
And he's like, whoever's jerking off on that bell better quit. And I don't fucking think there's a thread in there, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, oh fucking it doesn't matter. He's a clown. He said something very inappropriate.
And then horribly disrespectful to cops shirt. You might as well just be wearing a fucking ACAB shirt when you come out.
You know that he like put that shirt on and then is like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow, it finally pays off.
Interesting.
I wear this shirt every day.
Best interrogation ever, where, you're looking for the missing person. I'm going to tell you all about my sexual preferences.
Yeah.
Hey, she was a little bit too skinny for me. You know, the guy's daughter who's missing?
Yeah.
I like them fat as fuck. Not like your missing, probably dead daughter.
What he says is when there is more cushion, it's
the sweeter the pushing.
Yeah, because he said it in a way where
I've never sweeter. And then he does his best pig impression right after that, laughing. He's like fucking Goofy.
Oh shit.
Goofy the dog. I don't remember Goofy's last name. Goofy Troop.
Gooford Troop.
That's his God-given name. That's his God-given Christian name. Gooford. Fuck. My favorite part of this interrogation, eventually, first of all, Goggins is in this, which I always forget that he's in it. Also known as the white supremacist turned, I think it's a full-on trans woman that he plays in Sons of Anarchy, and he sells it. Like, he gets into the role, and it's impressive. He's got tits.
Yeah, it's the cop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I've seen him.
He gets all serious and shit, and then when Adele asks fucking Spaulding, he's like, okay, is there anything else you can remember? And I want you to really think. And the fuck you that screams from his thinking face. He goes, anybody who hasn't seen this movie, just look up this scene, or try and find a screenshot of what Sid Haig looks like when he's putting his thinking cap on, because he's trying his best to say fuck you with his eyes.
I think he even does a little chin scratch with
It's a temple scratch.
Oh.
And he bites his lip.
Oh no.
Oh dude, if I say I want you to think, and then you're getting punched in the face if you do that to me. Holy shit.
Does he even look up with his eyes,
Oh no, he doesn't even blink. He just doesn't break eye contact. And he's like, well, I don't rightly know. Fuck.
It's hard to tell when people from the South are being dicks like that.
He's like, I wrote him a map. Did you, though? Or did you just squiggle some lines? Did you just not at all care about these strangers getting lost in the backwoods? You could give him a map to literally any tree. You're the only one who knows.
Yeah, oh man, so I told him to go right, left, right, left, right.
I told him to go up, down, left, right, BA, select, start. And now they have 40 lives, and they're gonna need them.
Well, yeah. They're gonna. Because they're in the house of 1,000 corpses. Count them.
That's more than 40.
They start to smell after the first couple. So I don't know how you're keeping this. This would be the stinkiest thing in the fucking county.
Any access. Like, fucking, what? It'd be like the pit from fucking House of Wax. But just everywhere in town. All over town.
Oh my god. It's like driving by like a sulfur mountain.
Yeah.
You're like, oh! Drive faster.
It is, dude.
Or a fucking farm.
The Bats Brewery.
Ugh.
I fucking hate that smell. Dude, my mom used to live across the street from that place. And the weekends were the worst in the summer. Because it just wafts it. You can't do anything about it. It's the strongest smell.
I used to live right there. I would smell that shit skateboarding to work. It smelled like, I don't know, vomit shit rat piss. Shit fuck ass shit. Piss and shit and fuck and hops.
You could throw a tire fire in there.
Yeah, oh yeah, throw a little tire fire in there to cover up all the rotten hops and the
rotten piss and shit.
And then it's the Thames River too, so there's also
they just mix into just a sewage factory smell.
And then
I manufacture sewage here for distribution.
And then the wind takes it.
Yeah, it does.
And just delivers it all over town. And this happens at 4 in the goddamn morning when you're sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I could be driving home, or like in the passenger seat, asleep after a road trip, and I'll wake up and be like, Thames, we're here.
Yes, it's that 4 o'clock beer shift they're doing at the brewery, really firing up the stinkers.
Really mixes well with the fucking dirty shit Thames River with shit in it.
I don't know,
like it's like our version of the Ganges, for fuck's sake.
I don't know what process they're in, like where in the process they are in making beer.
Yeah, but
at one point they make a little stink. They make a fart.
Yeah,
they make a fucking shit, and they have to push it out, and that's what it is.
Into a river.
It's like this is the poo that comes. This is the beer farts.
And like people just work in that all the time.
Oh yeah, and you know what? They're all drunk because of just being like they put their boots on and there's just soaked beer into their skin.
Yeah, they're absorbing it porously at this point in the factory.
And then and it's their job to they just get in the vats. They get in the fucking vats and they swim around like rats because they got to get the rats out of the vats.
The rats in the vats. We got rats in the vats.
Rats in the vats. They're drinking Labatt's. And now I pass the mic to Jay.
Put on a hat.
Oh. All right. That's enough rap.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, just think real hard, and I gotta start using that face anytime somebody tells me, because when somebody is like that and they're in your face about it, you want to do that. Just like I'm incapable of thinking unless I concentrate. You're calling me retarded.
Oh boy, I definitely throw a.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm thinking as hard as I possibly can right now. My spine's about to shoot up out the back of my head.
Dude, Matthew McGrory must be a STEM major. Yo!
That guy's deep in thought.
It's a double pun, because his neck is still growing.
Because his brain stem is stemming?
Yeah, it's stemming and stimming. So we cut to bitch in the cage in the basement, right? And Tiny comes down with some breakfast.
Well, before this, for some reason, we have a man talking about how the skunk ape fucked his wife.
Oh yeah, that's her dream. So this is a dream sequence. For some reason, Rob Zombie had these weird fucking, and then the black pastor dude, I think that's also supposed to be a dream sequence.
Well, they're credited in the film as people.
I'm gonna kill that skunk ape. And then it's just, apparently there was more skunk ape in the movie originally.
Oh my god.
And Rob Zombie was like, I gotta get rid of some skunk ape.
This whole like sub series where we go on the skunk ape hunt.
It was weird, right? Why do you even have that? And then there's a guy that's like, fucking, I know how to kill it or whatever, just to facilitate essentially a jump scare. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
I want to point out that the cereal for breakfast.
Yes.
First of all, they're treating Tiny like it's his brain that burned and not his body, because they got him eating. First of all, Agatha Christie's is fucking so funny, dude.
The box.
And he did, like a little fucking chick with a magnifying glass.
It is.
He went so far as to make a box for this one shot that it's in.
And Agatha Christie's like, why are you involving me? What did I do?
She's rolling in her grave. Fuck. That's so... But they got him eating it out of a dog bowl, for fuck's sake.
They sure do.
They have him sleeping in the basement on the floor when he gets set on fire. Fucking Christmas sweaters all year round, and he eats out of a dog bowl. And when I say eat, what I mean more so is slurp. I mean he slurps.
Well, he gets half the food in his mouth, and
dude.
then he returns the other half back to the bowl from which it came.
It's for later.
Yeah, I've tasted it, and it's good.
Hey, would you like some? God, no. Am I going to get what you have?
Can I have the first couple bites? Because after...
Just give me the box of dry. Give me the dry shit.
His shirt he's wearing is just a black shirt. It's his cheap-ass Halloween costume.
Hey, I love it.
Yep.
So good. Hate that I don't have one.
Well, I mean, what else is he going to get over his head?
Also, he doesn't need to wear a costume.
No.
He is a Halloween costume.
Yes.
He's a Spirit Halloween standee for way too much money.
Yeah, he's the one that doesn't work, though.
He pops right out at... No.
You step on the little pad and nothing happens until you walk away.
You just hear... That's it. The scary thing is chromosomes.
This is a real person we are speaking of.
It
who lives and breathes and has done nothing to us.
No, but he looks like he does, so he's gonna get made fun of a little bit.
Fucking Agatha Christie's.
Bill Moseley catches Tiny in the middle of blowing up the whole spot by letting a victim go.
Yeah, he just this unties her.
Yeah, and she just pieces out, and he even waves goodbye, and then bam, Otis, and then let's throw her in the nightmares cage.
Yeah, let's throw her in the cage where there's laundry and people under it.
Yeah, and
why?
Those people are gaunt and of varying ages, which is there's a lot of old people that are horrifying in this movie for some reason.
It's like Rob Zombie went to the same casting agent that Tim and Eric went to, but they're like,
I want the gross ones.
I want the ones that they didn't want.
Yeah, the ones that Tim and Eric pass on.
Yeah,
I'll take those.
I want the ones that stare off and say
fuck.
Nothing, but still are chewing nothing.
That's amazing.
They got to bring their own cud.
I learned something recently about Tim and Eric that makes him an absolute and total scumbag. I can't remember what it is though.
Well, When you remember, I want to know.
Yeah. The sheriffs they get pointed by Captain Spaulding to this house, so they show up at the house. See, I didn't write a lot because I was just watching it, and I've seen it 50 times, so I remember everything. Oh yeah, for the most part.
They find so on their way to the house, they find the busted up car.
With a dead woman in it,
a dead cheerleader.
And, carved into her body is Trick or Treat.
Yes, it is.
So there's that. So, RJ later on in this movie gets the best job also as far as disposing of cars, which is just get drunk and joyride a police cruiser in the dirt. He gets the best job in the movie.
Wow.
He fucking throws the cherries on and everything. He doesn't give a shit.
He also picks up what's his face and just slams him into the coffin.
Yes.
And he probably did that and was like, "It's good. I'll do it again." I didn't like that take.
His inner Big Show. Yeah, let's do one more for saves, please. Fucking. So when they show up, there's just a dog. Where there's more than one dog on this fucking property, but they're not in any part of the movie until just now. Until a guy who's phobic of dogs is in the scene.
Yeah.
So let's have two and one's vicious.
And also,
no one's chilling.
Let's not have him keep his story straight about the dogs. Was he bit as a kid or was he bit by his ex-girlfriend's dog? Which one was it?
Did you have a girlfriend that young? Because I have other questions about your parents.
Exactly.
I don't know what the protocol is for splitting up just on a routine visit when asking about missing people. Why do you have a guy flanking from the back? Well, two guys actually, but fuck.
I feel like that's like a thing.
But just in case.
They're like
it's unassuming up to this point. They're just checking with the neighbors.
I don't know. Well, Jay, they're at the house of 1,000 corpses, so it would be silly not to look around.
I think they call it the old Firefly house or some shit like that.
I guess, yeah, because that's her Mama Firefly or something. I don't know.
This is apparently a carded attraction at like a Universal Studios or something like that. And when they were shooting this movie, they refused to shut down the tourism side of it. So Rob Zombie was forced to just shoot around people coming in to look at a house.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, right? You couldn't have fucking struck a deal with him for like 2 days? Okay, we got a heavy schedule, but it'll keep, people taking pictures of your fucking, the movie's not out yet. Wait!
Okay, you couldn't just have you just couldn't have Tiny standing out front being like, no. No, you can't.
You could just have him standing down the road and like tourists be like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah. He's not
I don't know if I want to see the
he?
house. This is getting real. Fuck. I didn't need to write anything because I remember this scene because I love it. So they go around the back and then there's a dog and he tells that fucking story. Meanwhile, Wydell is just getting fucking schmoozed by this succubus of a mother with her tits out again. She never puts her tits in. They're always just out.
That's the main attraction because after that it's like Stifler's mom who's been buried in the dirt.
She got buried alive and found her way out somehow. Through sheer force of will.
They just found like the dirty version of that actress. I forget her name, but
fuck. So that around back is Shed of Nightmares.
Shed of Nightmares.
And they just have like people alive in there. Like, do you not just have screaming on your property 24/7? How have these people not been caught? The only answer is because they kill cops when they show up. Because that's what happens.
And they just live down a dirty, shitty road where people are like, I'm not going down there. I'm going to pop a tire.
Oh, we also get Grandpa watching an old like Buster Keaton and talking about how he could drive better than that.
Oh yeah, and then I don't know what it is, but after that he's like, yeah, I hate fucked up families. Yeah, yeah,
right. I understand.
Yeah, don't we all?
Maybe turn the lens inward.
Yeah. I had to take a look around.
His name's Hugo. That's what they only say it once, and it's "Don't start with me, Hugo." When a guy brandishes a knife at an old man who just wants to get up out of his chair, that's what that is.
Yeah.
The guy gets up like he's going to put a beating on the dude, but it's like, you're 80. This is, I think, either his last or one of his last movies because he died shortly after, but it was in a car accident.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
It's good to know it wasn't the film.
I like his middle finger because when the cops show up and Otis is like, I'll go downstairs and take control, like I always fucking do. And then Grandpa just flips him off, but then he points it at the television like, I'm busy. Loved it.
Oh, Christ.
And that's also why, so he had heart problems, and that's why the majority of his scenes were sitting down.
Oh, I thought it was because he was old.
Well, yes.
I wouldn't have
in
an old
a roundabout
man stand
way,
up.
It is yes, because he is old.
Wouldn't make an old man stand up for a film?
My only complaint, I do like that everything cuts down to slow motion once the cops get confronted. The only thing I would say is that the scene where Wydell's fucking whatever partner there gets shot in the head, that sweeping shot upward takes so long that I'll take a fucking nap. And I'll wake up and I'll still see it.
Yeah, there was really no payoff other than you just see smoke shoot out from the back of the guy's head.
It was too... They should have just done it at regular speed.
Yep.
And that would have been reasonable.
They should have had his head kind of bust open or something.
I also really like they have this old ex-sheriff, right? He's sort of like an Adam West or a Clint Eastwood, where he's got a very illustrious film career to my knowledge. So I thought it was really funny. Like, he gets shot. And, okay, for this scene, for all of your effort and in your age now, all the work that you put into manufacturing a film career successfully for yourself, I need you to fall down face first in mud, you old dirty man, and just lay there like an old dead fuck.
Hey, man. That's Hollywood.
There's your Oscar.
That's Hollywood.
Sometimes you gotta show your feet, you know?
So no. So the scene is like they're as these guys are looking around, they find this room of victims.
Yeah, and some are strung up, some are on tables, some alive, some dead. Probably smells great from the road.
Probably.
I would have immediately been able to. There's probably bodies in that shed right there. I get the odor. It's like a pie on the windowsill doing the little come here thing from Looney Tunes.
Except it's flies. It's just all flies. By the way, not many flies in this film.
Not a lot. You'd think there'd be more.
You think there'd be a lot more.
There'd be flies fucking everywhere.
You think there'd be flies just like kind of crawling around on Tiny all the time.
Yeah, outdoors, in the gas station. Fucking, there's probably bed bugs in the gas station.
Just... the cop gets on the radio, and Mama, she hears the dismay over the radio.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, she...
Bing bong.
Yeah.
Interesting choice to go through the neck with it. Trying to hit that brainstem, I guess.
Yeah. I thought it was in the side of the head, but maybe it wasn't the neck. Maybe
it was lower. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
In The Devil's Rejects, she makes it's a different actor, but there's like a throwaway comment about how like I didn't want to mangle his face. It was just too beautiful or some shit. It was just too like handsome.
She was trying to fuck the cop.
Yeah, she's trying to fuck. Period. It's a hooker in the lore. It's canonically she's a hooker. It's not even a surprise for me to tell you that because of the way she is, the way she is one at home even.
She just brings her work home with her
like that? Yeah, she does, dude. She's working overtime.
To her family?
Yes.
Who is she a hooker to?
Probably Tiny. Where else is he going to get it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a lady killer, so says Mom.
Yeah.
And
she says it in the way where it's like, oh, so you mean a killer of women, a murderer of women.
That was another... Everything these people say is like a...
Yeah.
What we really mean is you're going to die and we're going to have sex with your body. Like everything they say.
That's a lot
of
the cutaways is of people having sex with bodies while they're killing them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this movie that you don't really like. I mean, you do get to see it, but it's not worth touching on over and over.
At one point, they just cut Baby just rubbing a skeleton on her tits.
Yeah, that does happen too.
Her actual tits.
Her real tits in this movie.
And you see them, and you're like, yeah, you would show them.
Wouldn't it feel like you're pimping out your fucking wife, honestly? All right, get naked for this scene for hundreds of thousands of eyes. There's a cuck element in there somewhere. There's got to be.
Well, you know, as he says in his famous song, Dragula, I actually don't know any of the words because I don't think any of them are half English.
Hang on. It's something like scream through the ditches and burn through the witches. And something in the back of my Dragula, which is a car, apparently.
Dragula!
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. I forget what we were talking about, but...
It's like, yeah.
There's lyrics to the song, and...
Your brother got all of the ability to enunciate, and he just got the dreadlocks.
That's right,
That was the trade-off in the womb.
I'll do the gross movies, and you just make that song about how worlds collide, and that's the only thing you'll do.
That's right.
Don't you ever make another song, Power Man 5000. Don't you ever make one.
And now we're into... I think they have 2 hits, actually.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I can never remember what the name of it is, but I'd know it if I heard it.
Do you know why?
It sounds the exact same.
Well, it's because it's not in Freddy vs. Jason.
It's not in Freddy or Tony Hawk.
Yeah, now, if it was in either of those, you'd be like, yes.
That one.
Now I gotta look it up. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. Power Man 5000.
Yeah. Singles, I guess.
Power Man. And everybody at home, I want you to shout your favorite Power Man 5000.
I can't even remember what it's called, honestly.
Bombshell.
Yeah, Bombshell.
And I'll tell you what, it was on the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack.
Get up, and
drop
then
the bombshell. Get up. This is out of control. That's the lyrics.
It is. He also got a lower voice, that guy. Out of the two brothers zombie.
The brothers zombie. Zombie 5000.
So now we're almost at climax. First, we have to make a stop at Red Hot Pussy Lickers to make fun of Goober.
And, also...
Which, did your cat feel seen and offended?
She did.
Personally attacked in this moment?
Yeah, because she took a look at who Goober was and was like, what the fuck, man?
And then just a bunch of disparaging comments about the name Goober. Which is, that's sad for her.
Yeah.
Didn't really need the story of why somebody drew a fucking O on your name tag. Just give me the alcohol.
Didn't need this part of the story at all because you don't really see them enjoying that alcohol, do you?
I mean, you get to see them drunk as fuck right after.
That's fair.
Drunk as fuck. Grandpa Shogun is basically, by the time they're lowering people into the coffin, he's blacking out in the background. He's in and out of sleep.
That's because they're making him stand up.
And I think it's just him and it's night with his age.
I think you see him pour vodka on them as they're like dressed as rabbits or whatever.
Yeah.
At some point, there's a scene where, Baby's like, hey, guess the number in my head. And
this is the haircut scene, I believe.
Yeah,
I think
Jerry,
it's guess my favorite actress.
Yeah, first it's guess the number, and she snips some of his hair.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if you don't guess this next one, you're fucked. is what she says, and he still participates in the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't even play.
I'm good.
You're kind of just co-signing your own mangled.
Yeah, because there's no way. There's no way you're gonna guess.
There's a million, and what even was it? Some bitch from who cares?
She might as well have said Betty Boop.
Yeah, she might as well have said fucking Dolly Parton. How are you gonna guess? There's a million.
And it's the 50s. There was 3.
Audrey Hepburn. I know because that one would be noteworthy.
Betty Boop. I don't know. Yeah. They say a bunch of names of old people who are in films.
I would think you'd say Sharon Tate. Given
Sharon Tate, I don't know.
That's the Manson.
Ah, yes. There we go.
I would have guessed that.
Well, oh man, don't they?
I don't know if they would take as an insult or a compliment.
When they're driving,
I'm getting scalped either way.
When they're driving in the first part of the film, isn't he looking at pictures of Sharon Tate, being like, "Damn, she's hot."
Yeah, she's hot for a dead chick who had her fetus cut out of her.
Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, so he guesses wrong and gets scalped.
Yep.
But has his hair for the rest of the film, so we don't worry about it.
He's got some hair and some non-hair, but yeah, the scalp injury kind of just goes away. They put duct tape on it or something, which I assume is just
throw him
to avoid the consistency issues.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you even see it? You just see him in a rabbit costume after that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he doesn't seem very concerned about the top of his head being missing.
No. Everyone gets drunk as fuck in the Hell House. This is essentially the climax of the movie has begun here because we get Otis in my dad's skin suit coming down the stairs with a fantastic poem. Rob Zombie gives Bill Moseley a killer line to remember him by in every movie that he's in. In this one, it's "The Boogeyman is real and you found him." In The Devil's Rejects, it's "I am the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work." Which, the first time I heard that shit, I got goosebumps, I'm not even gonna lie. Because, oh my god, he's got blood on his face, right in that moment. Fucking is all true. And then, it sounds like a tobacco song, but we're just gonna cart you out to the cemetery, and we're gonna begin the ceremonies.
Pretty much.
The Halloween festivities, if you will.
Yeah, let's just gloss over him trying to
tongue kiss the daughter of the person whose skin he's wearing through the skin he's wearing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think it takes her, I don't know if it takes her a few minutes to realize.
They're all groggy and shit.
Yeah.
And so she actually thinks that it's her dad for a brief moment.
Yeah, who's come to save him now.
What's the poem?
All these just hey, who's your daddy?
I'm the one who brings the Christmas candy.
I'm the one that spanks you when you're bad.
And
who's your daddy?
I'm the one who loves you when you're fucking dead. Jesus Christ. Okay, man.
I enjoyed because the cop was shot to death. There's 2 bullet holes and in the chest skin that he also removed.
I also like that you got to see the skinless flesh and bones just laying there. That was fun.
When I saw that, I was kind of hoping he had peeled it off of
And if you
Jerry or Rain or something.
Yeah. If you want a shout out to Texas Chainsaw, it's that shot. Because even in the original from the 70s, I think there's a shot of a corpse that's been skinned, and you get to see the same like sort of side profile with just blood and fucking teeth out.
I'm not gonna lie, that first Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a nightmare.
It's disgusting.
It's a lot.
It's especially disgusting when you think about like Texas Heat and 3/4 of that movie in the Texas Heat.
Yeah.
Everything is wet and smelly, like death.
Well, I guess all the flies were there.
They were there because they shot that dinner table scene over like a week, and they never cleared the table. And all that food was just rotting slowly. All right, let's go into the stink room and shoot the dinner scene. Fuck.
Ugh. That's where all the flies were for the 70s. They were all just there. All the flies. So that's why there's no flies at the House of a Thousand Corpses.
I remember there being news stories, reading them when I was, in the 70s, being alive at that time about fly shortage in other areas of Texas.
Yeah, it was quite the.
It's like Woodstock with the crows, right? Like, you know where all the crows in Ontario are, and it's fucking in Woodstock, I'll tell you. So much so that there's news articles about how big of a problem it is.
Yeah, there's cows in Texas who have no flies around their ass.
The cows are just going unitchy.
It's a drought.
Damn it.
No reason to flick their tail about or close their eyes.
So we do some ceremonies here. It's just watching. I was just watching Grandpa fucking fall asleep for this whole shit until the one chick takes off running, and then we play fucking Fox in the Henhouse or whatever you want to call it, where baby is it turns into a specter in the night, the way she's impossible to see in her billowing gown,
but still like chanting, or she's like
reciting, it's in a whisper, but you're somehow far away. Do you have a loudspeaker?
The fuck?
Fog machines? But yeah, so that chick gets fucking stabbed. They all get thrown into a coffin and lowered into the blood mess.
Because he's taking them. It's like, you want to see Dr. Satan?
Yeah, here we go.
Let me take you to Dr. Satan.
It's a whole thing.
I know where Dr. Satan is.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of. I can't really draw a map. It's kind of it's about the journey as much as the destination.
It is.
This is a rite of passage, like Midsummer.
So we take them. We're taking it to this field where we got this. It's like an elevator that Tiny has to crank. But this elevator is also a coffin for some reason.
It's like a mineshaft drop in,
but with a coffin.
They've added the coffin.
Oh yeah,
it's more than one person coffin as well.
It's a big coffin.
It is. It's for Tiny. It's Tiny's coffin.
And I like that they didn't bother to like put like a cover over it. There's just like a gaping hole for people to scream out of.
Oh yeah, and scream they do.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, RJ after he fucking Undertaker Hell in a Cell cage matches the fucking guy into the shit.
Oh my god. Well, they have like a little back and forth between that happens, and I just don't know what they say.
It doesn't matter. It's please, we won't tell anybody. Just let us go. Blah blah blah. Fuck you. That's what they always say.
Yeah. It's just them taunting him, and then they just get thrown in the box. The one girl gets away, and baby somehow Jason Voorhees her way.
Oh yeah. She's just there suddenly.
Boom.
Shoo said the maiden. Just shut up with your fairy tale. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and just stab the woman and shut up.
Yeah, she's in a bunny costume. You don't need to recite shit about bunnies. We get it.
Whatever the fuck fairy tale you have in your head about bunnies.
And hey, how about a little bit of Otis talking about hunting humans for no reason?
Yeah.
Here's some footage from a handy cam.
You don't even need to say anything. I'm watching it happen, and you like it. I can tell. It's fine.
Anyway, she catches them. I don't know why do you stop running?
Yeah.
Why? It's a bunch of headstones. Yeah, it's a house of 1,000 corpses. There's going to be headstones.
This is part of the house.
There's going to be grave markers.
Well, you might as well just call it a property of 1,000 corpses. They're strewn about.
Acreage of 1,000.
Yes.
Just talking about a cemetery here.
Fuck.
So she gets caught.
Yeah.
And stabbed.
I'm pretty sure she gets chucked in with everybody else anyway, but I'm not 100 on that.
No, they burn her corpse.
Oh, yeah, they throw her on the fire there.
They burn her,
if you will.
Yeah, they burn her.
Light the beacons is all I thought.
Light the crucifixes or the crosses.
Light the world's worst beacon. The scariest beacon anyone's ever lit. Oh, the beacon's lit. We're staying inside for weeks.
I didn't realize that the cop car was the guy disposing of it. I thought that was the cop showing up.
Oh, no.
You're still gonna
where are they?
You're still gonna do this? The cops are right there.
The first thing that happens, and this sucks infrastructurally, because they get lowered into the pit, and the first thing that happens is that coffin gets torn apart by monsters. Monstrous people.
They like
rolling their eyes in the blood pit.
There's like a tape. They have to lower this tape down, and it's
weird satanic incantations backwards, and that wakes up the
mud people.
The mask of the red fucking death in this pit, for fuck's sake. So, and the whole point is like, okay, this is your introduction to the mine hell shaft. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of soft rape in this. There's a lot of I would call it implied rape. Okay?
There is a great deal of it in these flashbacks with Otis and the teenagers.
Yep. He's on the bed, like, cutting up the chick's back at the stage. Like, he could be fucking her, honestly.
I didn't think there was anything else happening.
He's making a face like he is.
Yeah. They're all making faces like that's what's happening.
That, the cage of old man diaper nightmares, that's implied.
Well, yeah. What happens after they get on her?
They doggy piled her, you know?
Then just cut away. What are we to
Towers.
think? If Rob Zombie didn't want us to think this about his film,
exactly,
he would have done better.
And then there's also subtextual and analogistic rape, like when I think her name's Kelly, but it doesn't matter. But when she gets her bunny suit ripped off by two frightening old men.
Denise, yeah.
When two old men strip her down into essentially like a girl's outfit.
Yeah, for some reason
girl's lace skirty outfit.
Well, when she wakes up in the bed with like Tiny eating his bowl of cereal, she's got doll makeup on.
Yes, I thought it was clown makeup, but it is doll makeup.
And then like a doll dress, I guess.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's the same girl gets thrown into the laundry pile.
Yeah. Laundry pile.
She's still got that on underneath, but they take a great deal of time ripping that bunny suit off of her,
leaving her disheveled,
and just a lot of close-up shots on her face where she's looking behind her, and you're like, "What's happening? Why is this happening? What movie did I accidentally trick myself into watching?"
I fucking love this movie, dude. I don't even care because there's no rape. There's just almost, and I'm fine with stopping right there. You know, if I actually saw P and V, I'd be upset. This would be much lower on my list.
This would be a pornography film.
It would. And Rob Zombie knows how to make those too. In the sequel to this movie, a girl gets fingered with a gun barrel. So it's worse. It can be. Yeah. And then he smells it later and he's like, I can still smell your wife on my gun. He says a worse thing than that too. Yeah.
I wish they'd stop funding these films.
Hope it doesn't rust the barrel, is what he says.
I wish they'd stop funding these Rob Zombie films. Who keeps saying, yes, Robert, make another.
Yes, Robert.
Please, Robert, I would like another one of these.
Nobody in the House of a Thousand Corpses sequel room calls him Robert, okay? They probably call him Mr. Zombie.
Robert F. Zombie.
What's that F stand for? Fucking?
Yeah. It has to. It's the only way.
Look at him. It does have to stand for that. I wonder how he feels about Marilyn Manson these days. Whether or not he's still bringing him on tour. That would be an interesting thing to look up.
I didn't know. Oh, boy. They would go on tour together.
Oh, they used to be together on every fucking tour. It was like, I'm going to see Manson. There's going to be Rob Zombie and vice versa.
I'm going to go. They're going to go smooch on stage.
Yeah, pretty much. Either that or fucking Marilyn Manson's going to sprinkle coke he smuggled illegally over a border in the front row. That was a weird choice.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Fuck. So she runs around in this mine shaft for a while and comes across the Bone Mansion. Now, that's what I call it because that's what it is. It's a mansion underground, and it's structurally made of bone.
The load-bearing wall is femurs.
Because that's the strongest bone.
Exactly. But she also has to...
Fucking skull chandelier was cool.
To get there, she has to walk down the tunnel of 1,000 corpses.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, she bumps into one, and it falls apart, and she screams. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Well, given the rest of the movie, and me in those shoes, I would expect half of those bones, or, like, corpses, to just come out of the wall and touch me. Yeah. Everything else has been in this hell.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm expecting Otis to be a bone person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm wearing the bones.
Yeah, that's how he got us. Fool me once, you know?
So, if you were a fan of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre...
Yeah.
And the amount of running and screaming blindly through tunnels and the forest.
Yeah.
You're going to love the next little bit of this film.
Hope you really enjoyed, like, 2/3 of Catacombs, the movie.
Yeah, because what she finds is fucking the I wrote catacombs.
She does find them.
She walks into the catacombs. Not the good ones though. The catacombs.
These
catacombs.
are worse. These are batacombs.
I mean, they're a little better than the catacombs.
Bad for you.
Yeah.
If you're in them. The Bone Mansion is it's a halfway house. I'll just call it what it is. It's a fucking halfway house and they have a surgeon on deck so that they don't have to leave because they would need a handler. The people who are in here. That gets opened by a slave, and then it's just people eating mush and watching TV. I don't know how you got electricity down there, but the lights are on.
The lights are on in red. They've chosen red as the color for this Bone Mansion.
And then you get to see Dr. Satan, and let me tell you, do you understand now why I was pissed off about Hellfest?
Yeah.
Because it's a worse Dr. Satan.
It is.
This Dr. Satan is way better. This Dr. Satan's half machine, like the Terminator.
I don't think this Dr. Satan has a lower half at all.
He might not.
I'm pretty sure it's just his top half hanging around, doing surgeries and being a chill guy.
And he's working on Jerry's brain. I'll tell you right now, based on what Jerry's experienced, he's a write-off. Pick a new one. This one's been picked over.
This is a practice.
Yeah.
Before I actually go to the mentally feeble.
So this is our mulligan.
I would hate to ruin a mentally feeble guy.
My one dry sweat. Yeah, I'd hate to make the problem worse.
Who can only do better for Jerry.
You basically have, you remember like the fucking baby and the mom, the midget mom from 13 Ghosts?
Yeah.
It's this in a room on a couch. And then there's another guy. And then from up top comes Dad. Now, Dad is the one who caused Tiny to look the way he is. We get to hear his whole origin story in spite of the fact that it's inconsequential.
And if you thought Tiny was burnt.
Oh, boy. This guy is, still moist. He's not done healing.
No, he's not.
We scraped him down to the last layer.
I'm pretty sure every time he heals, they have to
just do it again. Dr. Satan comes in and it's like, oh, thanks, another outfit.
This guy is living road rash.
He is. He's Mad Max. He's got a gas mask on.
Oh, he has to.
And yes, he does, because his mouth has worms in it.
His mouth is an asshole. And that's on the lower half of his face. And it's an asshole in the way that it is. The way that it's shaped. What comes out of it.
What comes out of it for sure makes it an asshole.
So the way he needs to keep it covered so we don't know that he has it.
So he's got an axe. That axe is real. And when he swings it into the door, he is really swinging it at Denise through the door. He could not see in that mask. I was reading the trivia page because it was kind of short. Rob Zombie did an interview later where he was like, yeah, we just assumed she'd get out of the way. Like, there was no safety protocol for her getting smoked by a fucking axe with a blind guy swinging it. Sick. And it's not the only time, because the other time, like, when he kills himself in the tunnel, he's also swinging it right at her, and she has to, like, duck.
It would have been funny if they told her it wasn't real, and she's like, ha ha.
Oh, that's fine. Oh!
Well, I think we've got some sort of lawsuit here.
Yeah, House of 1,001 corpses.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking, so that's it. Like, I mean, this sequence is just her being chased around the mine shaft by this dude until eventually he kills himself by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And then she crawls out through a descent hole, which is what I'll call it.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Anytime you see somebody crawl out of a hole that's covered by sod, it's a descent hole.
Yep, when they do hand first as well.
Yep, into the bright, bright light. Now, and then she walks out into the road all covered in blood and shit, and flags down, she doesn't even flag it down, she just stands in the middle of the road like Texas Chainsaw. And then Captain Spaulding driving by. Now, let me tell you something right now. You could put me through this literal hell, okay? You could have me escape certain death 100 times in one night. No sleep. Probably with drugs in my system, to be honest. The way that they're behaving when they're, like, in the house still strung up in the suits, it kind of seems like they got, like, hit with acid or some shit.
That or they just have crazy head injuries.
Yeah, alright, so either way, exhausted. If I see the fucking clown that drew the map that got me there, I'm not getting in the car. He's not taking me. All he says is, we're gonna get you to a doctor. Hey, I just met one. And I don't think it's the right one. I would like to go to the actual one.
Also, I don't believe that this guy has the kind of health care where the doctor he knows is gonna be anything other than a vet.
Other than Satan. Also, his personal doctor is just a vet that skulls tequila like Archer's doctor in the Mexico episode.
Yeah, man, I
don't even have the vet's license. Just let me work on the cats over here. And then like it's a drop top convertible, And then Bill Moseley is in the back. You didn't see him when you were standing right beside the car? You didn't see him laying down in the back, sprawled out like it's spring break?
It's not a big back seat. It's a little car.
Hey, who's the man in there? Oh, I recognize him from my nightmares.
When you were driving down the road, what was that blonde white poof flipping and flopping out the back of this topless car where the wind can go in? And
for fuck's sake.
Anybody with long hair is fucked.
But we have to wrap up every character's death anyway, so this will be the end of our movie. It's
Good.
just, her dying in the fucking front seat.
Well, I mean, what is it not just all a dream and she's down there with Dr. Satan regardless?
I think what happens is probably she got knocked out in the car and then just brought back to Dr. Satan.
Okay, see, I was thinking she didn't get away and her dream is her being like, oh, good.
Okay, so it's the descent.
It's the Texas Chainsaw fucking Massacre!
Yeah, except
where you get picked up by the sheriff at the end and he drives you back to where you were!
That is what happens. That's not what happens in the original. She does get away. That's just a guy in a truck.
Is it the new one then?
Yeah, the Jessica Biel one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And that's also kind of her fault because she tries to crash the truck. And the guy is just trying to get her out of there. Yeah. Anyway, that's fucking House of 1,000 Corpses, guys. And that gets a 9 out of 10 from me.
Now.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 for you. That's fine.
Yes, it is.
That's fine.
You must have seen it coming.
I did. I put it on there knowing this was we got to get this movie done and over with. I'm sick of it not.
Yep.
Like I don't want to have to ever watch it again.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to make you watch it again.
I give it a 7.
Hey, that was like 3 points higher than I was expecting from you.
Well, look, all right. It changed over the course of this because you bring up a good point. Nobody was raped.
Nobody was raped.
Okay.
You can make the argument that nobody was raped, whether that's the case.
Regardless, I can my
suspension of disbelief.
In my head, I can go. Well, they were just looking at her body.
Plausible deniability, I think it's called.
They
were just looking at her body a lot.
a lot of murder from behind, whatever.
Yeah.
2. I enjoyed the juxtaposition of music.
Yep.
Versus the violence, because when there's that long shot where he's about to
great song choice.
Yeah.
Especially for a slow-mo scene.
There's no actual audio in the long drawn out.
You're forced
gun
to sort
to
of
the head,
lip read and just watch it.
Yeah, and I don't know what the song is, but it's just doesn't fit.
I remember you. Anytime there's a yodeler in a movie like this, it doesn't fit.
Oh God. Oh, there's I recognized some of the songs. I just don't know what they are.
Some of them are just Rob Zombie's music.
Yeah, well that's the problem. Those songs fit with the fucking film.
And then just a lot of old school country shit.
Yeah,
old school southern. I guess you would call it southern folk from back in the day.
I enjoyed that.
It's a common theme. He's got Terry Reid and the Allman Brothers Band in Devil's Rejects too. It's all very Texan country, Southern Louisiana type shit.
I wish that Captain Spaulding was I liked his character.
I wish he was a bigger character in every of the movies. Now, in the Devil's Rejects, he's the main character, which is great.
Okay.
But he very rarely is wearing makeup. He's just a guy.
I enjoyed Dr. Satan.
Yeah. A decent payoff for what it is.
Yeah. I wish there was more of him in the film.
And then also Dad. You get both of those at the same time. And that's,
It just kind of reminded me of you can only do so Resident
much,
Evil.
You can only do so much with a marionette of an upper torso.
Yeah.
You can't really have him move around a lot.
Let me tell you though. You've got an underground mine shaft
with a mansion in it.
You built a nicer home than the one you're living in, and you're running
just
power
live in
to
the
it.
Basement.
You've got a half surgeon man robot.
Fuck yeah.
That with surgery arms, homemade surgery.
I was saying this while I was watching it. Okay, it exists in America and it's so the rules of Earth very much do exist, but it's almost its own world as well. Within the confines of, physics and shit. And because of how unhinged the whole movie is, I can let the mansion in the underground slide.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying that...
Live there instead? Switch?
Well, no, there's simply no way you've built this without anybody knowing.
Yeah. Somebody must have blown the whistle on the corpse project.
Yeah,
Foreman shows up this is the print? Who
So
do I call?
I'm looking at these blueprints here, and I'm seeing a lot of chains for hanging a man from.
Chains for hanging. This just says corpse corridor. They've shortened it to corpsador. Where am I getting? What's the material for that? Oh, bodies. Yeah.
You're telling me you want a bone chandelier and a surgeon hanging from the same ceiling? Yeah. We're gonna need more flying buttresses made out of people.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put up some temporary lentils.
We're gonna need crown molding of skulls and flying buttresses of people.
What's the name of that fucking idiot that does the interior design show on Netflix? Yeah, Holmes isn't coming out for this. Mike Holmes is not. He wasn't interested. I asked.
We told Mike Holmes we were building a home of 1,000 corpses. Yeah. And he said this will never be a home.
Is that, good luck with your permits. I'll come and fail it for the TV show.
This house will never be a home. Anyway.
Fucking House of 1,000 Corpses, though.
I just feel like somebody would be like, oh, yeah, they got that bone mansion up there?
The bone mansion.
I know a guy. He's hanging in that bone mansion. He's a surgeon. He dangles all the time.
Hey, a good old Esquarton. It's sick that he's still getting work after the whole fiasco at the hospital.
So where are these mentally feeble people being carted off to?
Just down.
Because it's been a few years since he's been hung there, and
they keep disappearing.
You've ever seen Mark and Timmy and Donald there?
Gilbert? I don't remember Gilbert's fucking brother's name, but
what is it? Oh boy, it's something. It's like Donnie.
It's Chris Tardwick.
Don't say Tard. Don't say Tard. Anyway, so yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, man.
What did I say? 6, 7?
7. You said 7.
All right,
we're going on record at 7.
7. All right.
I got 4 fucking movies for you here.
Holy shit.
On the topic of getting movies over with, there are 2 on here that need to be gotten over with.
Oh Christ.
All right. The first theme is loose, but vehicular trouble.
Okay.
It's not Joyride. The second one is just the holidays.
Okay.
It was a nice movie about the holidays coming your way.
Okay.
Half sea creature, half person.
Cool.
And,
all right.
And Backwoods Axe Family.
All right. So
I made sure to include the axe so you didn't think it was Texas Chainsaw, because I can't follow this up with the movie it's fucking about. Okay, I'll agree with that point. Yes, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Thank you.
It's also better in my opinion. But just one time.
Okay. All right. Half man, half sea creature.
Half person, half sea creature. Okay, let's not gender it.
Oh, my bad.
Backwoods Axe Family.
Okay.
Holidays. And vehicular trouble.
Okay. And 2 of these we have to get out of the way, huh?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what those 2 would be based on these descriptions.
Yeah.
So
one's really on the nose, but
oh no. Let's do. I want to do half person, half sea creature.
Yeah, you do. You're gonna hate what you just did.
No.
Watching Tokyo Gore Police. We are watching Tokyo Gore Police.
Fuck.
Without question, the worst option to choose out of all 4, and I'm so happy, dude. I actually phrased it like that because I was like, I bet you if I say it like this, he picks it. He's not gonna know, and he picks it.
No, because I was like, oh, we've already done Cabin in the Woods. What other movie?
Yeah.
No, it's not a sea creature either. It's not from the sea. Right? It's more of like a swamp creature.
That's true. Sometimes you find them in larger bodies, though.
Oh.
Sometimes there's an alligator or a crocodile.
Oh, you might as well have just called your film In Color Tetsuo. That's your fucking film. By the way,
there's this whole series too, dude. It's not even. This isn't an isolated incident.
Oh no.
So for fucking
God.
Yep, you fucked it up, and I'm so happy. So for vehicular trouble, there was Train to Busan.
Okay.
Which was the other one that we just have to get over with. It's a good movie, but it's South Korean zombies. Yeah.
I feel like I've brought it up once. Maybe
you have. For holidays, we had Rare Exports.
Shit.
And for Backwoods Axe Family, Hatchet, because I insist on watching that at some point.
It's all
I'm
good.
gonna keep adding it to lists.
Shit. I really fucked that up. I really fucked that one up.
Some legitimate options, and then just fucking Tokyo Gore Police on
Twerkio.
there. Twerkio Horror Police.
Hell yeah. I'd rather watch that. They somehow made a parody that's a porno.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
This fucking film might as well be a porno.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember. Yeah, I've seen some of this.
Yeah, dude. My basement.
No.
That's the only time I've seen it.
The first time I ever got high, Matt Swift Karate Chop tried to show me this fucking film, and he also gave me marijuana for the first time, and I was like, I don't know about this.
That's a lot at once.
Yeah, and
this
then,
movie and your first high, that's a tall order.
This movie and Martyrs.
And then Martyrs?
The French one, too. Not the English one.
Well, the English one, first of all, is a piece of shit. Don't ever watch the English one. But that is laden with subtext. Your stoned ass trying to interpret shit like that?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
There's no way. You're just going to watch two people in a bathtub get tortured.
And that's what I wanted. That's all I wanted for my afternoon.
Fucking Grindhouse Movie Club. Get ready for next week's podcast where we're both disgusted and upset.